Welcome to the VAFA William Buck SEN Match of the Day.
He has a bounce, he crosses 50, he pins the ears back, and he drills the goal! You can tweet that and hashtag it bloody good.
It goes high up and under the full forward. Becky's taken a ripper!
Makes a name for himself with these long bombs from outside the arc. It's a long bomb from outside the arc!
Hello, welcome to the Melbourne University Oval for Saturday afternoon amateur footy, round 16 of the William Buck Premier Men's season, serving up the Battle of Parkville, the Uni Derby. It's the Blues and the Blacks in a pivotal clash for both ends of the ladder. The Blacks, they're trying to wrest fourth from old Haileybury with 3 games remaining in the 2025 season. They're 1 game and percentage back, the Blacks. And so the equation is simple for Dale Bauer's men. They need to win today and continue to win throughout the last fortnight of the season and hope enough chaos unsettles the top end of the table. The Blacks out to secure their first finals run in top flight since 2016. For the Blues, a different narrative altogether. Not since 2014 have the Uni Blues found themselves in Premier B, where they won the B-grade flag, and Matt Smith's men today find themselves just 2 points clear of the drop zone with both top 2 teams to play before the year is done. It's a critical game of footy in the VAFA William Buck SEN Match of the Day, live on vafa.com.au and the SEN website and app. Paddy Grindlay with you again this afternoon. The sharpest eye in amateur footy is Hugo Higginbotham. He's beside me once again, and our man Raj Johnston on the boundary. Simon Petch up a little bit later on. Hugo, critical game of footy today.
G'day, Paddy. Great to be here. What a day we've got. This is a blockbuster today, and I think critical is an understatement. This is backs against the wall stuff. You just can't leave anything out there today. So it's exciting. So now, is it Derby or Derby?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about this. I've had corrections on both sides of the country when I say Derby or Derby.
We need Matthew Donnell here, don't we? He's very good with this sort of stuff.
I think we cover off both and just sort of hope that gets us through.
Yes, okay. Now, also, one other thing. This is both teams' home ground.
It is.
What's going on? No home ground advantage, I don't think. So this is interesting. I know some supporters eyeballing each other. They're both wanting that one standing spot. So this is interesting.
Yeah,
but,
it's awkward
exciting.
how the shuffle works, isn't it, Hugo?
Yes.
This is the Saturday warm-up thanks to Mequicare, providing care for more than 16,500 people each week across Greater Melbourne and regional Victoria since 1959. And Hugo, you're with us once again today thanks to HitIQ and its game-changing Protect Concussion Management System. You can use the code VAFA50, that's VAFA50, to get $50 off any product at hitiq.com, HITIQ.com. We've got both coaches coming up in the next 15 minutes or so. We'll hear from Blacks coach Dale Bauer just before the bounce, but now it's time to head down to Raj Johnston with the coach of the University Blues, Matt Smith.
Thank you, Paddy, and thanks for your time, Matt. A hard-fought win against the reigning premiers last week. You must have been really proud of your team. What were the takeaways from that game during the week?
I think it's just consistency now. Like, that was a really hard-fought win. The previous week was as well, and now there's just a belief that if we stick to the processes, the results will start to come for us as well.
Now, your last 2 games on the run home aren't the easiest. You've got the first and second side. Your first year as senior coach, just how much would it mean to you to end the year on a positive note and stay out of the drop zone?
I think most importantly is obviously today. If we can get the job done today, it eases the pressure a little bit for those last 2, and we can go in with a bit more freedom, and the way that we go about it probably changes as well. But yeah, if we can get the job done today, those last 2 become a lot more free-spirited sort of games for us.
Now, when you played the Blacks back in round 3, they went home winners that day. What did you learn from that game, and what will be the keys to victory today?
I think we just got to be more of the hunters today. Like, they're just a well-rounded side on every line, and we just got to respect the fact that they're just going to fight and hunt all day. So we just got to bring that competitive edge and be up for the fight for 120 minutes today.
And just finally, any changes to the team from last week?
Yeah, we got Matt Crocker out of the midfield, which is a big loss for us just from a leadership point, but we can get that covered, and Mo Acock comes in for us today, and he'll play that half-back sort of wing role for us.
Well, the sun's out. We hope the rain will stay away. Thanks for your time, Matt. All the best today.
No problem. Thank you.
Back to you, Paddy.
Thank you, Raj. Boundary rider today for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a proud platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the University Blacks. For over 17 years, they provide personalised one-on-one banking through a dedicated team and strive to build a genuine connection with every one of our customers. Hugo Higginbotham, he's a first-year coach, is Matt Smith. And for those who are just tuning into the VAFA season now, he actually played for the Uni Blues last year, but did his knee at quite literally the first centre bounce of the season. You've, of course, been in the hot seat before, back-to-back flags with Elston Wick and Coach of the Year honours in your coaching career. Tricky learning curve this year for Matt Smith with a very talented team. How have you seen his performance?
Yeah, it is. It's a tough thing being a first-year coach because you come in with a lot of expectation about how you want to perform. So you've got an idea of how you want your team to play, and you try and shape that and mould that. But it doesn't always work like that. You have to realise what you've got, and you've got to get to know the group as well. So it's a learning curve, and you can see that he's been learning very, very quickly. One thing that's telling, they've only lost 2 out of the last 7 games. They're starting to win the close ones instead of losing them. So he's growing as a coach. The team's growing and learning his game style, his game pattern. And I guarantee you that game style and game pattern would be evolving to match the group. You've got to meet the market, as you say. And look, the proof's in the results. So he's going well. Talking to him, he seems more relaxed. It seems like he's having a bit more fun with it. Probably, every first-year coach is going to be a micromanager. Oh, no, I was. It was horrible. That's why we bombed out in straight sets in the finals. Finished top of the ladder, Petch, and bombed out in straight sets.
I was going to leave that out for you, Hugo.
I'm always self-deprecating.
Of course.
But you have to evolve, and you've got to learn, and you've got to be getting better. And look, they're getting better. So you can't be much more than... unlucky with those draws. That could have gone either way. But they're starting to win those close ones, and that's crucial. So today's going to be great.
Yeah, they've played in 8 games this year, Hugo, decided by 12 points or less. 3 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. So pretty much straight down the middle, but it wasn't that way early in the piece. They've won their last 2 games. They're 2-1 since the resumption of the season. Their only loss came against St Kevin's by 52 points back in round 13. So things are starting to click. The race out of 9th, incidentally, Hugo Higginbotham. So at the moment, St Bernard's are in the drop zone. 5 wins, 9 losses and 1 draw with a percentage of 72.4. They're level on points with Collegians in 8th, but Collegians with a percentage of 91.5 have the far superior percentage to St Bernard's there. So they've got the advantage in the run home. You've got the Blues then 2 points up the road, 5 wins, 8 losses and 2 draws. But after they play the University Blacks today, the Uni Blues, they get the Old Zavarians on the road and Old Brighton at this venue. So you play the top 2 to finish out the year with all their VFL players back. So it's a massive game of footy for the Blues because they are 1 win for Collegians or St Bernard's away from dropping down from 7th. So things getting very, very tricky indeed. Before we get to Dale Bauer, who's the coach of the University Blacks, he's about to be joined by Raj Johnston on the boundary right in front of us. Who do you like in the run home to stay out of 9th position at the moment? Hugo, with St Bernard's playing Old Scotch today and Old Haileybury and St Kevin's on the way home, it looks pretty tricky to try and muster a situation in which they win a game and jump out of 9th. Yeah,
it does. And look, I think it stays the way it is, to be quite honest, looking at it. I mean, we had St Bernard's last week. They copped another couple of injuries, so that's going to be tough for them. I know VFL availability may change things. Look, I don't think it changes too much. But today is key. Today's absolutely key. So that's the way I look at it. And that's really sitting on the fence by me. But it's too hard. There's so many things going on, and you just don't know with your availabilities at the moment. So that's what makes it interesting. And it's a great run home, though, isn't it? There's some exciting games. Hey, remember we called the game here earlier in the year. It was Blues and Zabs.
Yes.
Zabs only just got up then. So the next couple of weeks, the top of the table could get rolled and anything can happen. So there's a lot to play for, I know, to get into finals, but if you're not in there, there's more to play for. You don't want to go out of A grade, do you? It's the injury question as well for a few of those top line teams, which is going to cause some problems. Just a reminder, there are some rumours getting around as well. Yes, around a few players. A reminder, if you are at the venue today, you can tune into our call with no latency, no delay using the SEN Stadium technology available on the SEN app, which is of course available for iPhone and Android and works with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. So you can listen to our commentary live in real time with no delay, which of course puts us at the mercy of any errors and the numerous errors that you and I like to make, Hugo Higginbotham. I'm good at it.
I was interested when I looked through on the Blues numbers this year, and it really appears, Hugo, that they're actually amongst the top teams as far as you look at contested possessions, tackle differential, ground balls, marks, intercept marks, inside 50s. They're actually rather handy, the University Blues. It doesn't really line up with their placing at 7th on the ladder. No, it doesn't. But that probably indicates, that they've been in every game. They've got some amazing players, and we look at we've got disposal efficiency, marking efficiency. They're above average in a lot of these things. It's just those, and that's a group learning. The coaches learning. And, frustrating that you lose the tight ones, but they're starting to win the tight ones. And I'm going to repeat myself, but that is a positive thing for the club and for the side and for the coach too. He's a ripper, mate. It was all the heartbreakers earlier in the season at this venue. Who could forget the first weekend of the season, the first weekend of Matt Smith's coaching career, and Joey Agresta sinks him with a goal after the siren for St Bernard's, which still might prove critical in the way that the ladder shakes out in a couple of weeks' time. Just waiting for Dale Bauer and Raj Johnston to get themselves assembled along the boundary line. Before we get to them, just a reminder of the changes. So it's Moa Koch into the side for the University Blues. He'll play up forward, and we'll hear from Dale for the changes for the University Blacks in just a second. Incidentally, the race for fourth, which the University Blacks are involved with, they're currently a game and percentage out of the top four at 32 points. Old Haileybury's the target at 36 points, and they play St Kevin's today. Hugo, critical matchup.
It is, but the problem with the Blacks' percentage, they're 20% deficient to Haileybury. That's nearly another game. So they might get equal on points, but there's still that percentage behind, and that's hard. You're not going to make that up this time of the year. So they'd have to win by about 3 million today to get close.
It's about this time when we like to bring in the man who arrives and leaves to this ground by helicopter. Simon Petch is his name, and he's beside us for the call today. Hello, Petchy. It's been a few good weeks. I like to throw you under the bus at the start as well.
The thing is, I did arrive here by it. It had to land on the helipad over near the hospital, and then I got escorted by taxi across here. That's the only way I travel these days, and nice. Good on you, Paddy. Nice little segue there. Nice to be here again. Beautiful day. Ground, haven't seen it look better during winter down here, and let's throw to Raj, eh?
Yeah, let's get over to Raj Johnston. He's just been joined by the coach of the University Blacks, Dale Bauer.
I have, Paddy. Thanks for your time, Dale. Narrow loss to St Kevin's last week, but you're still very much in the hunt for finals. The season's alive. How much would a win mean to you and the boys today?
It means we just stay alive in the finals hunt and give ourselves an opportunity to play in September.
The Blues have been very competitive the last few weeks, putting some wins together. What will be the keys to victory today?
I think in any game of footy, a lot of it's around the contest and pressure in those parts of the game, and they've got some dangerous forwards and some good backs and some good mids, so they're a pretty good team. They've performed really well lately, and so it's going to be a really good challenge.
Plenty of your team have been amongst some of the best players in this section this season. Just looking through the leading goal kickers this morning, you've got two players in the top 10, Matt Grocott, Thomas St Clair. You must be really proud of those two, and hopefully they can continue that on today.
Yeah, they both had good seasons. We've been able to give them some better supply at times, which really helps them out. So they're not big, really tall forwards. They're mobile, medium forwards, but they've both had good years, and we've really been happy with their output. Yeah.
Just finally, any changes from last week?
Ben Oliver out, and Leon Aleo out injured, and we've got Ollie Rouse coming in and Harry Leahy coming in.
Look forward to speaking with you later on. Thanks for your time, Dale.
Thanks, Raj.
Thanks to Raj Johnston and Dale Bauer from Mequicare. Harry Leahy, incidentally, a 2014 Premiership player who played in the 2022 Grand Final in Premier B as well for the University Blacks. He recently moved to Sydney for work. He plays a half-forward midfield role, and he has played the 105 senior games, so a bit of experience coming in with Harry Leahy. Let's resume our conversation with Simon Petch, shall we? Petchy, because your world-famous ground report is just a few minutes away. Take it away, please, Simon Petch.
Yeah, well, I thought that Raj has taken over this role, but he sits on the fence a fair bit, the young lad. I don't. That breeze is really favouring the Swanston Street end. Normally down here this time of year, this ground's really chopped up. It really is in good order today. There's hardly a wet patch out there. The centre wicket area is great. Players falling over, won't have any issues in there. And I'd say around about a 4 or 5 goal breeze favouring the Swanston Street end. Now, when that breeze swirls, it actually is blowing in our face in the broadcast area here on the grandstand on centre wing. So it is swirling around, but whoever wins the toss, and I'm sure Raj has got his eyes on that.
There'll be some feedback.
Then they will favour the Swanston Street end of the ground.
Now, just a quick question. Petchy, you are the doyen of callers. We were,
Come on, here you go.
You give us your world-famous ground report.
That's about it.
But me being an analyst, I'm just trying to make myself better. I've gone back through the tapes, and every week you do a greeting. You start off with Paddy, you go to Buttons, then me, then Raj.
Yeah.
Are you greeting us in the hierarchy of the callers? Is this the pecking order?
No.
And where would you place yourself in there?
No, it is just the way that it comes out.
Okay.
So, in fact, I forgot to say, thanks, Paddy, thanks, Buttons, thanks, Hugo, and thanks,
There it is.
Raj.
There's a hierarchy.
There you go.
There it is.
I've gone there.
Now, where do you place yourself in that?
Bottom.
No, don't do that.
I don't place myself anywhere.
The only thing I'm happy about is I'm above Raj.
I'm just glad. I'm glad to be amongst you blokes on a Saturday.
It's just a pattern I've picked up across the calling times.
No, there's no pecking order.
Okay.
Right?
I did get a message from our man Hugo for Hit IQ just saying, just give me 20 seconds off the back of Petchy's ground report. It's around this time when we like to go down to Raj Johnston and just check that he's watched the toss of the coin in the middle of the University Oval. Raj, let's hope for your sake that you did. Who's kicking which way?
Paddy, you sent me a text when I was waiting for the toss, but I did see Campbell Moorfield pointing to the Swanston Street end, I believe.
Yes, correct.
So that is the way the Uni Blacks kicking to the Swanston Street Oval, the Blues going to the Royal Parade end to start off.
Wonderful stuff, mate.
Hey, Raj, how many goals which way? What do you? Come on, we want to figure here.
Had a feeling you'd ask this, Hugo.
Come on.
I'm going to put 2-3 goals on it to start off.
Is it 2 or 3? Come on, we want to figure.
Can I say 2.5?
No, you can't, but we'll give it to you.
Yeah, okay.
So, Raj, who I hear is an outstanding cricketer, actually. I had a bit of reporting from a few around the University Blacks areas of things that Raj, the 2020 specialist, who might be warming into some of his best work in the coming months and weeks. Just a bit of seam-up stuff off a length from our man, Raj Johnston.
There you go.
So, it'll be the University Blacks to the left of your picture, which is advantaged by that 2.5 or 4 goal breeze, depending on who you listen to, Simon Petch or Raj Johnston. And we're just about to get started here. So, it's the University Blacks in their black strip, the Blues in their white strip for the University Derby. We've already had some feedback on the text line here on the SEN Match of the Day about the pronunciation of that certain word. In our first quarter coming up for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a proud platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the University Blacks for nearly 17 years now. We're here in Parkville for the University Derby, and it is a massive clash as far as both ends of the ladder are concerned, as the Blacks try and hustle for a spot inside the finals in 2025. The Blues try to stay alive in top flight. You're with Simon Petch for the opening bounce.
So for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, first quarter underway, and Rana got the first tap to ground level, and Cassidy charges it down. He's attacked straight away by the Blues, and we'll have a ball up inside the centre square. Moorfield down at full forward here for Blacks in this first term. So they've swung a change there. Here's Rana out of the centre square. Handball. Head over the footy. O'Shea got it back now. Churgwin a handball. In trouble now. High up and under kick by Blues to centre wing. It bounces in front of everybody. Coming out to Chow, going in there was Robinson. Now LaCava for Blues holds it up, and we'll have a ball up.
Just noticed Valpede started off half-back today for the Blacks, so I expect to see a lot of run off him.
So Swanson straight end of the ground, in which the Blacks go in this first term. And Cassidy again. Handball here to Ernest. Runs inside 45. Couldn't control it. Now Blues have possession. Bring it back into the middle of the ground. And the mark taken here. And that was taken by
Jack Robinson, I think it was, Petchy.
Yes.
They'll move it up through Cossa, high up and under ball towards the intersection of the 50-metre arc, or 45-metre arc as it is here at Uni Oval, and the boundary line. And Robertson cuts it off for the Blacks. Left half back here. One of the intercepting core. He goes long. Grimley and Rana well positioned. Taylor spilt the mark of the Blues right in front of us. Broadcast side wing. Grimley lays a tackle. Went without the footy. Furphy's there. Valpede tackled off it. The umpire calls them to play, and Goddard will tie it up with a big tackle on Jimmy Clark, the Ballarat boy, who's been so impressive this season, James Clark.
Just notice LaCava sitting off the back of Valpede there, not giving him that time and space around the contest.
Rana and Grimley, and it's the bigger man, Grimley, who takes the ball out of the ruck, kicks it towards the 45-metre arc, where it hits a pack of bodies, and Valpede's the cleanest of them all. His handball a little bit hot for Clay, and over his head, charging past the footy was James Curran. Loftus now with it at left half back for the Blacks, and he's happy to be tackled out of bounds by Darcy Churgwin. Big V teammates this year, Hugo, for Hit IQ.
Yeah, played very well. Darcy Churgwin, an amazing stat. He's got the most ground ball gets in the comp. It's very interesting, that. Fun fact, Paddy.
There you go. You've done your homework.
Yeah, I did. I was bored last night.
2 minutes gone in this first term. Down at the Blues end, Rana wins it one down, front of the pack. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball this one up.
So Blacks got a lot of the contest here, but Blues have a really good setup behind. So they're going to have to run and carry through that, Blacks, if they win this.
Thrown up again. Grimley got it down. Chopped off by Cassidy. High up and under kick. Got distance though. Underneath it. Moorfield in front. Oh, he nearly brought it down on his chest. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Blues go forward through LaCava towards Townsend. He had it fisted away from him by Clay, and it goes over the line out of play. We'll have a ball in.
So we've had everything on the commentary side wing. No player has gone to the other side of the ground yet, so both sides playing very, very similar.
So right in front of that boutique grandstand that was built around 1950. I read.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was at the opening in shorts. Here we go.
Was that when you delivered telegrams through Liddy?
I was right there in shorts when the official opening was of that boutique grandstand.
Oh, good.
Rana towards the boundary line. Loftus there. Again, plenty of tackling going on. No one going anywhere, and at half forward for Blues, another ball up in the air. 3.5 gone, first term. No score to either side. Co-tenants down here, Blues and Blacks.
Yeah, both these squads standouts in tackle differential in 2025, so I had a suspicion it would turn into a bit of a contest fest, especially early. Cassidy plays one and we'll get another ball up.
So that will mean it will be a low-scoring game, I presume.
Yeah.
They're both generally low-scoring teams.
Yeah. We'll watch how it breaks open because conditions for now are dry. The ground is a little bit heavy. I'm not sure how it shakes out in racing parlance as the ball goes over the white line for a throw-in, but I'd say, a heavy 6?
Slow 6.
Slow 6?
No, it's pretty good. But you're just soft. That's about it, really. Nice and soft and firm. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
So playing off at right half forward for the University Blues. We've had 5 stoppages in a row just about as that throw-in is well shallow. Rana takes it out of the ruck, tries the handball for Ernest, missed him by metres. And the ball back over in front of that boutique grandstand to be thrown in.
Just noticed Rana back in the ruck this week. Last week, the whole last quarter,
yes.
Moorfield played the ruck role. So that was interesting.
The story there is that Angus Rana is a bit slighter than Campbell Moorfield, and against Big Billy Coates out of St Kevin's, he was just getting moved off the ball a bit. Costa into the ruck for the Blues. He muscled Rana off the footy, and they'll move it through quickly by hand and effectively to the outside for Charlie Ferguson, who tries to roll it on the carpet and he misses.
That was exciting.
Geez, that would have been a start. He hits the stick. Took 2 bounces off the right boot. The first score of the day going towards the University Blues end of the ground. They're one behind. The Blacks yet to score. We've played 5 minutes in the first term. Thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
Amazing. That ball bounced over the goal umpire's head and hit the post. He probably didn't even see it, but he heard it. And Darkus sends up with the football. So Darkus has got it here. Half-back, boutique grandstand side, commentary side for Blacks. He goes towards centre wing. Rana and Cossa. Cossa used his body beautifully and took the mark. Rana just stood there after that little push and watched. Had a good game last week. Cossa, he goes here to Conway. Moorfield won't chase him down. Conway an easy kick towards... Backing's taken a ripper. Again, he's taken it at centre half back and he goes out wider here. Gray has it, a handball here, and Loftus goes forward, a kick up towards Chalkley. He takes the mark here for Blacks. He goes out wider here, and Grocott has got it here for them. They go inside, 45, Moorfield over his head. It came out the back. Cossa there again here for Blues, and they'll clear from half back.
Macking closing in, but he couldn't stop the mark there. Taken by Archie Lord, and he'll move it by hand through Churgwin. Along this broadcast side, he's a clever kick, Churgwin. And he finds a player in space, that's Jack Whitehead. One of 2 Jack Whiteheads in the VAFA, also one of the old Zavarians. Whitehead's kick of the Blues is low, and it's cut down by Robertson. Hugo Higginbotham for hit IQ. Big mark by Way Macking a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it was impressive, but the lateral ball movement by the Blacks, that's the first time someone's taken that on, and it opened the game up. So let's look for them to do that again here.
Early contender for the Clyde Hotel mark of the day. We're with Darkus now at left half back for the Blacks. He kicks it long down the wing, hoping for Moorfield or Grocott. It skips them both. The fist came over the top by Lloyd, taken by Max down, kick ricocheted off a body, trying to storm his way through there. It was O'Neill, and he was held onto. So we'll get the free kick, attacking side of the wing, broadcast side for the Blacks, one behind the Blues. Blacks yet to score. Played 7 minutes in the first term. Long inside 50. Sinclair's outnumbered. The fist came over the top by a number of Blues, and Cam O'Shea will watch the ball trickle over the boundary in the left forward pocket for the University Blacks. 7 minutes gone for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Hugo Higginbotham for hit IQ. All the footy played on this broadcast side. Interesting.
Except for one play where they took it coast to coast, so that's a bit of the format. They played very similar games, these two teams. I suppose being co-tenants, they probably share the same whiteboard. Same drills up there, same game plan. Anyway.
So about to be thrown in. Down at the Swanston Street end, Moorfield goes up. He palmed it to the front of the pack. Who gets there first? Costa brought the ground, a good tackle. Got rid of the football. Robinson over the line out of play, and we'll have a ball in here. At half back for the Blues. Inside, just outside the 45-metre arc here for the Blacks. At the Swanston Street end commentary side of the ground. Rucks to go at it again. Moorfield in front. Cossa got the fisted punch from behind, got it down, and a high tackle. And a free kick going Blues' way. And Curran it is. He'll take it for them. Just outside defensive 45, commentary side, they stay. Right in front, here's Macking on his chest. Oh, he dropped it. He should have taken that one. Came out to Loftus, handball Velpeed. Goes back in towards Loftus again, and it ends up out here with Chalkley here for Blacks, and he'll swing to the outer side of the ground.
Yeah, from centre half back, a running bounce, Petchy, and then he kicks it real wide. Using that bathed in sunshine University wing and Grocott, who dodged to the inside in the left route, kicked it for Sinclair, whose opponent fell over. And as a result, Sinclair, it was uncontested. He's going to have a shot at goal, 45 metres out, directly in front for the first goal of the day at the 9-minute mark of the first term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, Hugo.
That fast ball movement and that monster kick from the middle of the ground, and that unfortunate bit of unsure footing there, but that was still a good mark by Sinclair. But that fast ball movement and lateral movement by the Blacks to the other side of the ground, that's really working well for them.
Yeah, 28 goals on the season so far for Tom Sinclair, who's played the 15 games and is enjoying his work up front. He puts this one straight through the guts. And the Blacks are away first at the University Oval. 1 straight 6, plays 1 behind. 5-point leaders for Bendigo Bank Private Banking at the 9.5-minute mark.
So that's an interesting one. The Blues are really struggling to get past half forward at the moment, but we've got 2 very impressive intercept marking teams. But the Blacks, with that lateral ball movement, and speed of ball movement was good there. That's key, because this is a pretty gusty breeze. I mean, Raj was sitting on the fence with 2.5 goals, and Petchy was out at 4 or 5 goals, so probably about a 3-goal breeze. But you've got to make the most of that. And with matches like this that are generally going to be low scoring, scores early are important because you get scoreboard pressure. That's what you want.
So Cossa into the ruck now here for the Blues. He was impressive last week, thrown in the air. Rana Penn's got that one down. Cossa slaps it. He got it here. And good tackle laid by Clark brings his man to ground just about. O'Brien here for Blues, and we'll have the ball up again in the middle. Ooh. Up they go. Rana got that one. Loftus got it down to Ernest. He goes long with a kick inside the 45 up. Oh. Conway dropped what he should have taken. Grocott into goal. He's kicked it. Wow, what a bad mistake there by Conway. Down in defence for Blues. Grocott swooped like a seagull. And he's kicked their second goal of the afternoon. They go on to 2 straight 12, leading Blues 1 behind 1 point. Grocott kicks his first of the afternoon, that coming up at the 10.5-minute mark of this first term.
Well, Hugo, for hit IQ, I think it's fitting that Raj Johnston asked Blacks coach Dale Bow about his 2 leading goal kickers, Sinclair and Grocott. They have the first 2 goals of the game between themselves.
Yeah, on the back of twice, it was like rinse and repeat, that long, fast kick from the middle of the ground to a dangerous spot, and that's where you're putting pressure on the backs now. So the scoreboard pressure is starting to build as well. So just don't forget, there hasn't been a lot in the Blues half-forward line, or deeper than that even yet. Yeah. So pressure's building. 11-point lead early, whistle in the middle from the outer zone umpire for a hold. Again, it's a Blacks footy. Oh. So that 2.5 goal advantage that Raj Johnston predicted, we're already just about there. Clark rewarded with the free kick, dumps it again inside 50. Moorfield on a long lead will just be pushed beneath the footy by Conway, and he takes a strong grab, redeems himself a little bit, wants Gleeson across the goal mouth. It's a kick that skips a couple of times on the dewy grass before getting to him, and he pops it over the top, Gleeson. So this is better from the Blues. A Koch leads for it. I dare say this ball might be coming towards us and Jack O'Sullivan, but Mitch Lloyd wanted nothing of it. He kicks it on the bounce on the switch to Conway, who picks up the footy cleanly, and Ernest went for an early fly over Furphy's head. Didn't get near the footy, and the Blues have got good representation. Churgwin's around the place, and they'll push it beyond halfway. Now comes the 45 kicker. Koch with a big leap and extension of the arms. He holds on to it. He's 65 metres from goal. Wants something forward. Stewart's his target. Gray feeding back. Stewart over the top. Couldn't bring it down. Macking at ground level. Clattered into by O'Sullivan. Those two wrestle over the footy, 48 metres out from goal, and we'll have it thrown in the air. That was brave by Max Gray there, coming back with Stewart coming behind. Oh, so, yeah. So you know that he's coming too. You'd hear the footsteps. Thrown in the air, 45 out from Blues goal. Defence, here's Gray, got a kick towards centre wing over O'Neill's header, came back towards centre wing. Lloyd there, tackled, got the ball. Great tackle laid here by O'Shea, but it was too high, and getting up is Mithen. I love it when they whack him in the head and then apologise afterwards. And Mithen's got it right on centre wing here for the Blacks. They go forward again. Kick towards half forward, but Lloyd out in front. He takes the mark here for Blues. But a kick to kick at the moment. So Lloyd's got it. Sun's shining down here. Swanston straight into the ground. That's where they're
defending here, the Blues. He goes to Conway, who goes all the way to the outer side of the ground, the University side of the ground. And Churgwin has it out there for the Blues. He goes shorter again, and the mark taken out there by Goddard. So slowly they're working it, or trying to work it out of defence. University side of the ground. Goddard goes with a kick. Macking goes up easily, as you like. He takes that mark, and the Blacks will go forward again.
This is just the intercepting mark game that both sides have, but the Blues were really slow with ball movement, so the Blacks is set up behind it, and it's just going to be easy pickings.
Macking around the back to Valpede, who kicks it straight down the throat of Conway. On the second attempt, he takes the mark. He thought about the spoil, sort of pulled a short punch on it and ended up tapping it to his own advantage. All's well that ends well. Momentarily for the University Blues, have been fighting really hard in defence, Hugo.
Slow ball movement again, so he's letting the Blacks set up behind it. And that breeze, that is really picking up. It's going to be all unsure footing there.
Yeah, again the Blues, they go again across the goal mouth, and it's just looked a little bit awkward on the movement. Lloyd, left back pocket, inside for LaCava, that's okay. Again, it's just short though. So they're 30 metres out from their own defensive goal mouth.
They haven't really moved it, have they?
No.
Grimley's long down the line, broadcast side. That's where LaCava goes. Didn't hit the kick well. Townsend made it look better than it was. Slips catch, and he's got men right in front of us. I think it's O'Sullivan who's just screaming for it. Townsend kicks it up and under into the crowd. Raj Johnston on the boundary for us, Raj.
Payne Loftus getting some attention on his left leg from the trainer on the boundary side.
So Valpede, he wanted a handball from Robertson. It was behind him. Not a great passage of footy from either side. The ball's out of play, attacking side of the wing for the University Blacks. Here you go.
That half-forward flank there, that is really, really sloppy. That's probably the only area of the ground, and you've got to keep away from that. We just saw Freddie Valpede just nearly have the ice skates on there.
Yeah, and that's the way the wind's blowing. It's blowing into our face as well as the boundary umpire throws it back in and held up. Moorfield got it down. Now Gray, a handball, now a kick away. Blues go forward towards centre wing, and it's shortly coming out, holding the footy, good tackle. And free kick going Churgwin's way, is it? Or Whitehead?
Whitehead, I think.
Whitehead's way here for Blues. Centre wing, commentary side. He'll go as long as he can. Up towards centre. He's taken another one. He just set himself beautifully at the 15.5-minute mark and took that beautifully away. He goes across the face of goal here to Clark, and he takes the mark. 2 straight 12 Blacks, 1 behind, 1 point Blues. And now Moorfield's got it here for Blacks, and they go forward. Gray takes the mark between half-back and centre wing here for the Blacks, and again goes in short, and the mark taken here by Robertson.
Might have a residency at the Clyde Hotel away, Macking. 2 contenders in the first quarter, in the first 16 minutes of the game.
The second one was better.
Grocott down the line is the target, turns spoiler, straight to Joey Ryan, and he feeds it off to O'Sullivan, and Jack O'Sullivan, dangerous kick across centre half back. The University Blacks well represented. The tackling is fierce, and in fact a bit too fierce there on Ernest.
He tackled him earnestly there, didn't he?
Well, as we always say, the importance of being earnest and the importance of him in this game today. He is a real trier for them. A good footballer and a good trier.
Well, he's got the bruise right at his back here.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a shot. That is, what are we, a 45-metre arc here?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a kickable goal.
Absolutely.
So it's Jez Goddard with the tackling, and Ernest has a kick from 52 metres, you suspect, directly in front at centre half forward, and he does have a long leg. He kicked the winner against St Kevin's before the double bye from the right half forward flank at this end of the ground. So he knows he's got the distance in the old legs. Does Joel Ernest? He's used it a ride, but he's pulled it far too much. He misses the left-hand side.
Had the distance with that long leg. Is one longer than the other, or is that just a saying?
I think you might have to ask him. 13 plays won for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. 12-point lead for the University Blacks at the 18-minute mark.
His number.
He gave it a roost anyway, Ernest. He goes towards Kossar and marks beautifully away. Macking just couldn't get the spoil in, and Kossar takes the mark here for Blues at halfback. He goes across dangerously, but Churgwin good enough to take the mark. Handball back wasn't a good one to Kossar, who got it back to Churgwin, who then goes back to Robertson, who gets a handball back.
They're getting in trouble,
and O'Shea in trouble. Handball back here. Furphy a handball. Churgwin's got it. They'll go kicking eventually, and the mark taken by O'Sullivan right in front of us. On the commentary side here, centre wing of the University Oval.
8 possessions, they've advanced 2 metres.
18 minutes gone in this first term. 2-1-13 playing to 1 behind. 1 point. Mackie couldn't hold on to that
didn't
one.
pay that.
Now a chance here. Cassidy overran it. Gray puts his head over the football for Blacks. It came out. Furphy a handball. Grimley had to bend down, pick it up. Well tackled by Mithen. Churgman ends up with it. LaCava through the middle. Handball came to Whitehead. They go back inside. Oh, he missed with the target. Going through O'Neill missed as well. Conway there. Handball came back here and O'Sullivan will kick clear here for Blues.
Yeah, finally some clean disposal, and Townsend with a shove as well as the mark, but he holds on.
That was a beautiful kick to advantage there.
And a good mark too.
Yeah, very good.
He knew the boundary line was right there.
And a nice little push by the Blacks defender.
Frenetic stuff for the Blues, inside 50. Costa floats across. His third intercept mark, all contested in this first term.
He's having a field day.
He's having a ripping day. Kicks on the bounce of Valpete in the back pocket, who didn't pick it up, and now Koch is on his case. Valpete tries to loose, and Koch held on. Got the handball loose to Darkus, who's got Cassidy by hand, and along the University wing, they just work it out momentarily. Palmer had a Blues defender climb all over his back, and the ball made its way over the white line. No harm done. It'll be thrown in attacking side of the far wing for the University Blues. They trail it by 2 straight kicks, Hugo.
I know Macking's having a field day there, but it's the way the ball's coming in. It's coming in high, and it's not to advantage very often, so he can just pick those off.
It's just suiting him beautifully.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago at this ground, away Macking was named best on by the University Blacks. 19 disposals, 9 marks, 5 of those contested as the Blues
Here's that
emerge
high entry again.
A high kick, Costa and Macking in the one-on-one. Costa with body positioning. Macking got 2 hands to the footy and will get the free kick.
Yeah.
Costa held on to him. So away Macking.
Just trying to hold him down, I think.
Yeah, he's a danger at floating away at points in this game of footy. He's going to go long University side.
So beyond the scoreboard, it goes to Rana. 2-1-13, the Blacks, 1 behind, 1 point, the Blues. And for Bendigo Private Banking, 20 minutes has been played in this first term. Blacks go forward, kick towards centre wing, no mark taken. Grocott roved it beautifully, but he's got to bring it back because Taylor's got it here for the Blues. On the outer side of the ground. He goes into Churgwin and he comes across the face of goal to Conway. Opens up the door here. He goes to O'Sullivan. Oh, gee, it was well met there by Gray. Now the ball's on the deck. O'Sullivan tried to get it out to Conway, who got it back to O'Sullivan. Blues still on centre wing. Churgwin brought to ground. They chop it off Cullen back towards Conway, who got it to Akosh, who then was driven into the deck by O'Neill. And Akosh takes it here for the Blues, but he goes right across to the outer side of the ground to O'Shea. Handball finds Lloyd, who got it back to O'Shea. He has to get around Palmer, and he does just that. Brings it back into the middle, and Furphy takes the mark here for Blues.
A lot of disposals for not many metres gained at the moment for the University Blues. Here's O'Brien. Handball over the top's available to him in Jack Robinson. Skims and across another handball. All tight stuff. Taylor gave it to a man under pressure from the O'Neill tackle. He affected the handball. Still found O'Sullivan of the Blues. He got through the O'Neill tackle but gave the ball away to Darkus, and the Blacks the other way through Valpete. Linked up by Taylor. Linked to the umpire. There's a little bit of arcus between those two. Meanwhile, it's O'Brien for the Blues who goes across the centre half forward. I watch the footy, you watch the fight. Petch.
No, it's over. It's
over. Centre half forward, inside 50. Grimley takes the mark.
That was very intense there.
It's just reaction, isn't it? Like, someone's going to do that to you, you're just going to react straight away no matter what, and that's what Taylor did.
I think it was the rare legal clothesline. Got him across the front of the chest, didn't go above the shoulder.
You can hear it from here.
Valpete wasn't happy, but he's good to continue. So Sam Grimley is directly in front, 52 metres out, he'll kick from.
With that wind in his face too, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, mostly in the ruck this year for Sam Grimley, just the 12 goals at senior level, after kicking 41 in 2024 from his 14 games. Game number 71 of the seniors for the Uni Blues for goal number 159. From just outside the paint of 45, he gives it a ride, it drops a little bit in the wind. Macking flies across the front, the ball stays in. And no, it doesn't. The field umpire stops play, it crossed the line for a minus score. So the Blues on to 2 behinds then. The University Blacks 2-1-13, 11-point ball game at the University Main, 23 minutes down for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, Simon Petch.
So down to the Royal Parade end, the Blacks in defence. Bring it back in. And Robertson takes the mark. Valpete, that was close. That was real close, but anyway, the boundary umpire said you can have that one.
He nearly took a specky on the fence then.
Goes towards centre wing with the kick. Fist away. Lloyd was a good one. And it goes over the boundary line right in front of us, and we'll have a ball in.
Just with the game that they both play, anytime there's slow ball movement, there's going to be an intercept mark or a stoppage because they play a very good game behind the ball, both teams. So it's one to watch.
23 minutes gone, first term down here at the University Oval. Co-tenants down here today, Blacks and Blues, 2-1-13 Blacks, 2 behinds, 2 points the Blues. They go forward again, head over the football and they're getting it clear, the Blacks, in towards the centre of the ground. Oh, gee, charging through. I don't know who that was, but they didn't collide, and it came to Gleeson, who brings it out to O'Shea. He marks 46 metres out from goal. Blues go forward again, down towards full forward, and the mark easily has been taken by the Blacks defender. They bring it out to Loftus, and he will clear here for the Blacks.
So Loftus, left back pocket, got it from Robertson and kicks it high. Broadcast side, 3-on-1, favouring the Blues. Grimley's in the pack. Moorfield spikes it, hoping for Darkus, who toes it off the carpet. Heels for kicking in danger, nothing doing from the umpire. Whitehead, O'Sullivan, good body work. Now picks up the footy, Moorfield picks him up. Those are 2 strong, mature bodies. The umpire calls for the football.
Yeah, I tell you what, Darkus was being coached from over the boundary line. Someone said he had 5. He didn't have 5 at all. They were right on his bootlaces.
Didn't have 5 millimetres.
Millimetres. Rana and Grimley. Whitehead, O'Sullivan wants to try and take it out. Furphy there as well, tackled by Darkus. Picked up by O'Brien, who lost control of the footy. There's a little bit of conversation between O'Brien and Robertson as a result. Boundary umpire just about gets in the way.
It's a line in the sand game, isn't it? It's the Blues and the Blacks. It's across town, the co-tenant rivals. So there's a lot in this.
I wonder what's on the line today. Maybe hostage of the canteen or some sort of body corporate fees. We'll touch base with that in a minute. Rana wins the tap down to Clark. He kicks it straight to Gleeson. Between right half back and the broadcast wing for the University Blues, Marty Gleeson. Woodrow medalist a couple of years ago. Into dangerous. The corridor to Taylor, who just holds on under pressure from Palmer.
This is this slow play where the Blacks can be set up behind, so it's going to be hard to pick this apart.
I dare say Taylor might go towards us because he's got Lord in a pack of space, although he tries and succeeds in getting around Palmer on the mark whilst falling over. Goes in the Cossa direction, who came from a few deep, fisted inside 50. They got numbers forward. Churgwin's there, Cossa's there. Receiver has a pick. It's a goal! Got it! It's a goal!
That's amazing.
An early goal of the day contender for Keys at training.
That is goal of the day. There won't be a better one than that today.
Trent Cossa on the run, the big man. On the fly, swung the right foot, drop punt through.
Now, Paddy, you know what I always say, ruckman should never kick the ball. He's not a ruckman, he's a forward. Goal like that.
But look what he did. He got up, he punched it to ground, and then he went and chased his own footy and got it back.
1 goal to the University Blues, 2 goals won the University Blacks. It's a 5-point lead for the home squad today, the Blacks. We've gone 26 minutes for Bendigo Bank Private Banking in the first, and it's been plenty of highlights. Away Macking's marking early, and then Trent Cossa's beautiful right foot drop punt and arrow through the centremost uprights here at the University, mate.
I'll see a better goal than that. I'll give up. that was a ripper, what he did.
I'll be looking for a better goal than today.
I don't think so. I don't think we'll see any better than that. Here they go forward again. Blacks through Clark. He goes towards Lloyd, though, and he marked on his chest. He just picked him out beautifully.
That was good by the Blues to get that goal. Sorry, Petchy.
Sure was.
We're at the 26-minute mark, and that's against the Breeze as well. So that's a very important goal in the context of the game.
So LaCava's got it. He goes to Furphy, and he takes the mark on the outer side of the ground. Look at the Audis out there. Wow.
It's like a convention.
It's unbelievable. None of them are mine. They go to centre wing, and Goddard takes the mark out there.
The helicopter is, though.
Yeah, no, that's just
what sort of car do you drive?
Do they make helicopters out here? Not sure.
No, I don't drive anymore. I get helicoptered around everywhere I go.
I thought you might have had the...
That's a Furphy, to be honest with you. Siren goes. That's quarter time down here at the University Oval. That quarter going 27 minutes only, really. And the University Blacks 2-1-13. University Blues are on 1-2-8. And we'll have a look at those goal scorers to quarter time.
Yeah, Tom Sinclair with the first of the game at the 9.5-minute mark. Matty Grocott a minute later for the Blacks. They were out to an 11-point lead before Trent Cossa's superb solo effort a few moments ago from right half forward. So it's the Blacks 13, the Blues 8 in the University Derby. We'll be back after this.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food, because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone?
let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Tickets are now on sale for one of the signature events on the VAFA calendar, the 2025 William Buck VAFA Finals Luncheon, held on Friday, September 5 at Zinc Fed Square. Join us as we celebrate the road to the VAFA and AFA Finals with 5-time Premiership player Dermot Brereton and 2-time Brownlow medalist Greg Diesel Williams. Secure your tickets today at vafa.com.au.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com. Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to vafa.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45pm. Listen via the app.
Quarter time in the University Derby. It's the Blacks 13 leading the Blues 8 after one quarter of really entertaining footy here at the University Oval here in Parkville. We'll hear shortly from the University Blues coach Matt Smith and his huddle report thanks to Partners Wealth Group. We'll go inside it in just a few minutes' time. But before we do, for Partners Wealth Group, let's go around the grounds in top flight. St Bernard's and Old Scotch locked at 33 apiece at Camberwell Sports Ground. The Old Zavs lead Collegians by 12 points early at the Harry Trott. D-Lar by 3 points over Old Brighton as things stand at Waverley Oval in East Malvern. Isn't that a turn up for the books early? Hugo Higginbotham, Old Haileybury 16 lead St Kevin's 9 at the College there in Keysborough. So not exactly things going to script around the competition. And a reminder, if you're listening in on the SEN app, that you can watch every single Premier B game this weekend live streamed with commentary on vafa.com.au as part of our Premier B showcase as things really heat up in that division. We'll go inside the huddle of Matt Smith in just a few moments' time as the University Blues assemble around the whiteboard. Let's now go inside and hear from Matt Smith, the coach of the University Blues.
That was pretty good. Yep. I think for the majority of that quarter, we were able to control territory off the back of being really well set up defensively and just a hunt around the ground. There's probably a 2-minute, 3-minate patch where we let them get to the outside and get that overlap run on the outside, and that's just a work rate thing. And they hurt us and punished us on the scoreboard with that, and that's where they got those 2 goals from. But outside of that, I thought the contest was really good, and we're certainly up for the fight. We're inviting pressure with our skill execution and probably just looking for that extra handball too often. Moving forward doesn't have to be pretty for us. We'll take territory at times. Yep. Trust the forwards to get it done up there, but don't just give that extra handball for the sake of it. Take that pressure on. Take the tackle if we need to and reset, but if we can get a quick kick forward, we'll take that as well. What did we say about fast play before the game? If we're able to get the ball in fast play, what do we want to do? Quick and direct. Yeah. We want to roll with it. There was a few times there early in that quarter where we were able to find the ball inside the corridor or near the edge of the square, and we pushed back off the mark. Let's roll and get it into a one-on-one and put it into space in front of Stuz. Give the forwards a chance to compete one-on-one, because we know that they're more often than not will bring it to ground or at least take that mark for us as well up there. But at the moment when we push back off the mark, we allow them to get those numbers back. But it's still just composure with ball in hand. Too many times we're just kicking it in and allowing them getting a free run and jump at it, and we're turning it over too often. We need to get...
Thanks to University Blues coach Matt Smith there for the access inside his huddle, thanks to Partners Wealth Group. And you can hear Hugo Higginbotham. He's reflecting, I think, a few of your criticisms from their first quarter of play, where they're a bit slow and stodgy with their ball movement and what he wants to prioritise in the second term.
We could see that. And look, I think there were 4 or 5 passages of the play where they had 7 or 8 possessions and we didn't get any ground. And that's just overusing. So they've really got to have some more communication. We used to say the first player not under pressure kicks the ball. That's how you move the ball fast.
Let's go back down to Raj Johnston. He's just been joined by the coach of the Blues, Matt Smith.
Thanks for your time, Matt. Before we get to the serious stuff, how good was Trent Coss's goal? It was a beauty.
Yeah, it was a great goal. I mean, his ability to go airborne and then bounce back off the ground and just impact that next player is elite for us.
Listening to your quarter-time huddle there, a few takeaways. I think one of the things was just if you could reflect on how important it is to stay composed and focused throughout the second quarter.
Yeah, I think we were just inviting pressure, just overusing it with hands at times and not just taking that one-on-one option down the track. So we were inviting that pressure, as I said. So if we can control that ball movement and get that under control, I think we'll own more of the game.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Raj. And Matt Smith for Partners Wealth Group, one of Australia's leading providers of financial planning and wealth services for individuals, families, business owners and professionals. Hugo Higginbotham, we've seen an interesting one-on-one battle between a few Big V nominated players, or Sam McKenzie actually did play for the Big V team, apologies, but he's taking on James Stewart up front. How have you seen that so far?
Yeah, he's doing a great job down there. He's taking away the time and space around Stewart, so you're getting physical on him early, and the umpires will probably watch that as well, but you've got to take your chances with a guy who's that strong around that you've got to get body on early. So look, the way the ball was coming in, it was helping McKenzie that quarter, but I'm really curious to watch that matchup this quarter because they've got the breeze at their back, so the Blues are kicking with the breeze, so it should come in a little bit faster and hopefully more one-on-one. So I'm really curious about this battle now because they're both fantastic players.
Second term ahead for Keyser Training. The University Blacks physio and conditioning partners. Their strength training programs are designed to reduce your pain and help you to build strength for the long term and prevent recurrence of pain or injury. Head to Keyser, KIESER.com.au to book your initial appointment. We have a 5-point ball game between the University Blacks and the University Blues. It's the Blacks right now in front. There's a wind blowing though towards the left of your radio dial. That's towards the Swanston Street end of the University Oval here in Parkville. We have a 5-point game though, so things fairly tight to start with. Simon Petch, Paddy Grindlay, Hugo Higginbotham and Raj Johnston on the call for the VAFA SEN match of the day. Here's the voice of Simon Petch.
Okay, thanks Paddy, and second serve underway. The umpire throws the ball in the air. Rana got it down to Clark, who's tackled by Furphy, going nowhere. We'll have a ball up eventually. Oh, he's picked a free kick out. So Clark, he thought could have got rid of that one. And
still pleading the case there.
There's no point. Let's get on with it. And Furphy ends up with the first free kick of the second term, and he goes long down towards centre half forward. Macking came out, couldn't hold on to it. Ernest roved it okay though for the Blacks. He brings it back to Grocott, and he marks over Lloyd and goes back into the middle. So they move the ball quite well here. The Blacks towards the centre wing area. Mark taken here by Palmer. So Blacks towards the Royal Parade end, into a breeze in this second term. Gone nearly a minute. Palmer goes towards half forward. No mark taken. Cool. Fell to LaCava. Beautifully tackled and brought to ground by Ernest. Ball still on the deck. Another good tackle by Gleeson on Dow. Brought him down. And 47 metres out from goal for the Blacks. Will have the ball thrown in the air.
Willing stuff to start.
Very much so.
Max Dow, the brother of Paddy and Thompson, knows he's alive now. It's back over the footy. Cassidy's in there as well. The umpire's seen enough and will throw it in the air once more, right in front of the Blacks bench. Right half forward for them.
The two sides are very known for their pressure and their tackling, and it's on display here today. You know you're getting tackled out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Grimley takes the ball out of the ruck on Rana and kicks for Townsend, who was held onto, or chopped, says the umpire. Billy Clay doing the offending. Townsend, who is a frequent flyer himself, kicks the ball out to Churgan right in front of us, broadcast side wing. Neutral territory. Churgan wanted O'Shea initially on the 45, instead kicks it long down the line. Stewart macking in the pack. Stewart got a hand to it. McKenzie took it out of the air. The handball was cut down by Furphy, who feeds it to the inside. What an Archie Lord couldn't find in the Blacks. Long handball cut down by Goddard, who fell to ground. He might be in trouble. Clark falls atop him. The umpire says no. I'll throw it in the air. Attacking side of the wing here for the Blues.
He knew he was gone. As soon as that handball came his way, Goddard.
He certainly did.
That wasn't the greatest. Thrown in the air outside 45 here for the Blues. Blacks have it. Robertson kicked to centre wing over Grocott's head. Out the back, LaCava towards the boundary line. Reeled it in and goes back inside with a kick. And a good kick too. Found O'Brien, who goes off to O'Shea. Blues go forward. Kick to the outer side of the ground. No mark taken by Akosh. Ball fell to ground inside the 45-metre arc. Townsend tried a small kick. Didn't go far. Ball still on the deck. Macking got a handball hit to Gray, who got it back to Chalkley. An underground handball out there to Palmer. He overran it. Sullivan comes in, holds him up, and we'll have a ball up 47 metres out from the Blues goal. Attacking to the Swanston Street end in this second term. In fact, a ball in.
Just noticing that the Blues, they're pulling the trigger too early. They're getting the ball at half back and they're trying for an entry kick. They've got the wind in there that they're going to get that. So this is why they're falling down and they're not getting those dangerous entries. Pretty easy to pick off.
For keys of training in the second term, it's the Blacks 13 leading the Blues 8. Grimley dumps it inside 50. Clay and Townsend macking and Cossa macking went across the front. Koch took the ball, fed it to Stewart, who rolls it from the boundary and doesn't get the bend he needed. He rolls it through for a behind, far side. So they move to 1-3-8 then, the University Blues. They've had more scoring shots. They trail it by 4 points. Hugo for hit IQ.
That was a deeper entry there, so that was why they get that more dangerous positioning on the ground. So they've got to find one more possession, the Blues, from that half back, and then they can get those deeper entries.
So Robertson to kick the ball back in here for Blacks. He favours the University side of the ground. Up they go, Macking and Akosh both there. Both couldn't hang on to that one. Gray got a handball. Now Dowd's got it here for Blacks on centre wing. He goes further to Palmer. Blacks go forward with a kick to half forward. Not a good kick, and Taylor chips in there for Blues and takes the mark. Goes back, and O'Brien. He takes the mark here for Blues. He goes short with a kick to Churgwin, who had a fairly good first term. Centre half forward his target. Macking pushed out of the contest by Stewart, and he's paid the mark here, and Stewart will claim it as Macking. Still on the ground, still talking and pleading. The umpire's not even looking at him. And Stewart will go back and have a shot here for the Blues.
I think he might have a case there.
He had a case.
Oh, look, I think he got him in the side there. But the side,
he had a case.
Just on the side of his back. But he saw that coming, and Stewart was really smart there. He saw he was about to rise to take that mark and got the contact, the controversial contact. But anyway, the ball's in his hands now.
Right back inside the centre square. Stewart to the Swanston street end of the ground. Looking at their second goal of the afternoon here, the Blues. He puts it on its way, and he's kicked it. So Blues go on to 2-3-15. Stewart kicks his first of the afternoon. And that coming up at the 5-minute mark of this second term. Blacks on 2-1-13. 2 points the margin in favour of the Blues. That for Keysard training in this second term.
So that goal, that was on the back of that turnover by the Blacks at their half forward. So it was a great intercept by the Blues. But they moved the ball laterally away from the congestion, a couple of possessions through the ground instead of pulling the trigger from the back of the square, so they get that deeper entry. And, you know, Stewart's got to be the target there, so I don't know where McKenzie was then. He let him get away from him. So that's that matchup we were talking about, Paddy.
Yeah, correct, Hugo. All over it for hit IQ, and here go the Blues again through O'Brien from the centre of the University Oval towards half forward, and on the third attempt, juggling is McCulloch. He takes the grab. Left footer to Cossa, who has two Blacks all over him. He takes
Cozzy!
Surely not again. On. No.
Oh, he's kicked that one out of the University here.
He might only have one in him today.
Those kids are going to run with that ball.
We might not get that share of back.
They're gone. Look, he's off.
He's got the BMX in there, right down Tin Alley.
I reckon he swapped it.
So through to the left hand.
I reckon he's giving him a size 5 share in there and grabbed a good one for himself.
2-4-16 plays 2-1-13 as we lose our effects mic in this breeze here that's picked up here at the University main. Petchy.
So Robertson to kick the ball back in. He goes long as he can lay there. Took the mark in the end. Cossar was there. He couldn't spoil him, and Harry Lay's got it. Outside defensive 45 here for Blacks. Commentary side. High kick towards centre wing. Gleeson underneath it. Brought it to ground. Clark handball. Found O'Neill. Blacks go forward. Kick towards Moorfield at 45. But Lloyd at the back has taken a ripper over both Moorfield and Grocott. And Lloyd's got it here for the Blues. Not sure what to do. He goes scoreboard side of the ground to Taylor, who kicks away from the scoreboard, outer side of the ground to O'Sullivan, and he marks here for Blues. Outside defensive 45, kick up here towards Whitehead, and he marks for the Blues. So Blacks yet to touch it as Blues go forward. A handball over the top, close to the boundary line, didn't really help. A kick probably would have been better. Chalkley goes in. He's brought to ground by O'Sullivan, and University side of the ground will have a ball in.
Around the grounds briefly for Partners Wealth Group. St Bernard's leading Old Scotch by 5 points. That's a very interesting result as far as the relegation battle goes, Simon Petch.
Yeah, and high scoring there as well. Thrown in the air again. Grimley out the back. Palmer straight onto him and tackled him, and he lost the footy. And the resultant free kick goes Blues' way, and they'll go to the Swanson Street end of the ground again. Kick towards centre half forward. Macking flew on Stewart. Fell to Cossa. Cossa has another shot and missed.
See how high Macking was then?
Well, you see how tall Stewart is.
Yeah.
Well, he got on top of his shoulders virtually. Cossar ended up with it, and he put it through for a minus score there to Blues.
Cossar's playing that small forward role. He's dynamic around the forward line. The roving skills from the big man.
2-4-16 the Blues, 2-1-13 the Blacks. For Keysar training 8 gone in this second term.
Valpede 3 running bounces, count them towards left half back, and then dumps it really high down the University wing side. Macking, he had 8/10 of it, couldn't bring it down. Palmer, the Rove, picks it up for the Blacks and kicks for Moorfield up the line. It's an open forward 50 for Campbell Moorfield to kick into. Mithen's on his bike, he takes the ball against the boundary line, outside of the right foot, rolls it home, no! He misses to the left-hand side. End-to-end stuff from the University Blacks, but Mithen unable to capitalise on the outside of the right peg. They move to 2-2-14. The Blues 2-5-17 for Keys of training. We've not even played 9 minutes of this second term, and it's been full of highlights already, Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ.
I thought you were going to say Mithen.
I wouldn't be able to get that one out.
No, nor could I.
So that's 6 times fast.
Yeah,
so Gleeson goes in short. He finds Churgwin, who's had a fair piece of the game here today, and he goes to Conway. So Blues down in defence still. 2 kicks, and they still find themselves in defensive 45. Now a kick to O'Sullivan, and he marks here for Blues. University side of the ground. 2-2-14 the Blacks, 2-5-17 the Blues. Not a real good kick inside. Good tackle. Played on O'Neill, and the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Just that dangerous inside 45 slightly over the top, but they've done really well here, the Blacks, to get themselves in an advantage position.
Grimley there, beat Ernest, that's for sure. Whitehead charges his way through, lost the football. Churgwin there again in the thick of things. Came out to Lord, who lost it. Now Valpede ends up with it. Kick towards centre half forward. No one takes the mark. O'Neill there. Umpire's blown the whistle. Free kick Conway.
Yeah, that was there.
And he'll take it here for Blues in defence.
So he's just struggling for options here. The Blacks have really closed out everything for the Blues.
Yeah, spot on, Hugo. Conway goes scoreboard side then through the right half back flank. There's just no options. LaCava back on the switch. Blacks are trying to close this down. It's Dow doing a lot of running to try and make sure that Mitch Lloyd can't run and play on once he's taken this mark. In front of the dilapidated old grandstand in the left back pocket. Next in the chain, Gleeson. Kick's got to be good, it is. He marks. Still just 50 metres out from his defensive goalmouth here, Marty Gleeson. Wants the 45 kick. He's going to pick it up into the corridor.
Beautiful
and
kick.
It's perfect to Grimley, who turns and kicks it forward. He's got Furphy running from on the outside. Palmer's with him. It's Churgwin, rather. Churgwin with the footy. Breaks the tackle. Then lost control of the footy. Palmer got in. Holding the footy.
Okay.
And he's gesturing to the umpire that he handballed it.
I saw a handball. Anyway, must have been the blind side of the umpire.
Palmer through left half back for the Blacks here. Kick it back down the wing. He wants... Out there is Lay. He takes the mark against the boundary line. Conditions just becoming quite overcast here at the Melbourne University Oval. No rainfall yet, although there is some forecast. Lay's kick was intended for Dow. O'Shea was the spoil. The kick went to the Blacks' advantage. Conway cut it down again for the University Blues right half back.
Yes, again, he's had a good game here. Conway down in defence after a little mistake in that first term. He certainly has cleaned his work up down there, and he's been a cog there in the wheel for them. Here's LaCava for Uni Blues. Goes to Townsend. Good mark in front there. And he brought it down.
That's Stewart in the square.
650 out from goal. He goes towards full forward. Stewart. Yes. No. Nearly hit his chest, but McKenzie had hold of him. And Stewart will go back and have a shot here. So McKenzie just having hold of the jumper and around the front of his body allows Stewart an easy shot at goal here. For the Blues.
Sorry, Petch. That's what I was saying earlier. That's what Stewart's doing. He's getting a hold of him early just because he's so big and so strong, and just try and muscle him without the umpire seeing. And you're going to get a few free kicks like that if that's a style you're going to play.
So Swanston straight end of the ground. Stewart's got it. He'll run inside 45. He kicked his first goal at the 5-minute mark of this term. We've gone 12 minutes now. He's looking at his second for the Swanston straight end of the ground. Very deliberate approach. He's got the distance. It's just the accuracy. He's directly in front, makes no mistake. So Stewart kicks his second. The Blacks kick their third. They go into 3-5-23, leading the Blacks on 2-2-14. Stewart kicks his second goal of the afternoon. That coming at the 12.5-minute mark of the second term for Keys of training.
That was just... really good defensive work by the Blues there to get that lateral switch and then move the ball up the ground at speed, and then that kick was always going to go to Stewart out in front, and Mackenzie just win those one-on-ones, and that was to his advantage as well. He does a good job of getting the front spot, and Mackenzie, not much he could have done there, so we'll expect to see a few more possibly this quarter.
So he's kicked the last 2, and the Blues at the last 3 of the game. They have a 9-point lead. Loftus from the centre bounce. He runs away. He takes a bounce. He beats off a tackler.
Kick
he
a goal!
Big sticks. Kane Loftus! But we thought Trent Costa had goal of the day tied up.
No, he
Kane says not so.
He still has. That's just a running goal.
Oh, geez. There was a statement. There was a statement earlier.
For Keys training, a goal of the day, certainly a contender then for Kane Loftus. The Big V player earlier this year who has shown a clean pair of heels all season long through the midfield. That is a superb running goal, and it is his 14th on the season for the number 22, formerly of Torquay, who's crossed the University Blacks this season, and he's having a stellar year, Simon Petch.
Absolutely good running goal by Loftus, back into the middle. Cossar got the jump and he got the tap. Looked for Churgwin. Now getting in the way was Ernest. A handball. Clark here for Blacks. Goes out wider here. University side of the ground. Lord there. Got a handball. Robinson goes in towards goal for the Blues. But Macking back there takes the mark in the last line of defence for them. Down at the Swanston Street end of the ground. So away Macking, kicks it outside, defensive 45. Furphy out the back, palms it down. Gleeson shoved his opponent out of the way. Furphy a handball, LaCava. 55 out from goal, he goes to full forward. No one can take the mark, ball hits the deck. Moorfield palmed it out somehow. Now they get a kick away here, Blacks. Up towards centre wing, Taylor there for Blues though. Grocott met him late. And a free kick downfield will go Goddard's way here for the Blues. He goes into Cossar and he takes the mark here. Blues go forward again inside the 45-metre arc. Mackenzie there. Stewart's got a fair piece of him. Brought him to ground. And the umpire says, give it a me, old ball, this one up.
So the Blacks have just gone into a little bit of congestion mode here because they got the exit off that entry there before, but they had nothing forward, so the Blues picked it off.
23 plays 20. Stewart out of the ruck to Churgwin to Townsend. Feeds it backwards. Flying shot will come from Curran, who sticks, and he puts it straight through the guts.
Raining goals here.
So the University Blues respond to the Kane Loftus stunner just a few moments ago. They move on to 4-5-29. The University Blacks on 3-2-20. So the 9-point lead re-established, and Curran from right half forward just took a flying shot, Hugo, and hit it beautifully.
It was excellent, but they didn't panic. No one just threw it on the boot, and they got the hands out to the player who was loose out the back there, Curran, and that was a great execution on goal. Nearly goal of the day again.
Oh, no. No. It's got nothing on Trent's in that first quarter.
How do you know Trent? Petchy?
I don't know him. Got no idea who he is. Thrown in the air again, and he got a hand onto that one from Moorfield. He's held up there by Cam in the middle of the ground, and a free kick against him. And he just throws the ball back to Moorfield in the centre of the ground. So Blacks to go forward out of that centre contest. He goes into Dow, and he marks just inside the centre square here for Blacks. University side of the ground. And Dow kicks as long as he possibly can in front of the scoreboard. Sinclair behind, but Lloyd in front. Took a good mark in front of the scoreboard. 4-5-29 the Blues. 4-5-29. Blacks on 3-2-20 for Keys training. We've gone just on 17 minutes in this second term.
It's along the boundary line. The ball looked to go out, but the Blues just keep it in and kick it down the white line towards right half forward. Valpete's got a job to do. He's got Grimley all over him. Valpete got rid of it in the nick of time, but gave it to a couple of Blues. One of those was Jack Whitehead along the boundary line. He rolls it towards goal. It's through. Grimley.
That's amazing.
Sam Grimley with a stellar effort.
Now, we need to have a discussion here.
No, still not.
That's not goal of the day.
It's a good day for Keys training, tell you what. Another goal of the day nominee, Trent Cossar. He's got a mortgage on it, says Simon Petch.
Grindlay was over the fence here. He kicked it from the car
come
park.
on. There was no one on him.
5-35, the University
It dribbled,
Blues.
it dribbled the whole way along the ground.
3-2-20, the Blacks. Game high 15-point lead for the Blues.
Look.
And they've kicked, Hugo, they've kicked 5 of the last 6 goals in this game of footy.
Hasn't this game livened up?
Yes,
but, we need to review the footage here on that. That's an amazing goal.
That's great. It's really opened up here now.
Yeah.
Goals are plenty here. We've had 8 goals scored for the game now. In that first term, it looked like being really low scoring for both sides, but it really has opened up now. 18 gone in this second term. Cassidy's got it here for Blacks. Straight down the ground to centre half forward. No mark taken. O'Neill ran through without the footy. St Clair, they're over the football. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Doing a really good job of bringing the ball to ground, the Blues backman at the moment. So no clear marks for the Blacks in their forward line.
Thrown in the air, Rana palms that one down. Cassidy roved it beautifully, but then all over him was O'Brien for Blues. And inside the 45-metre arc, Royal Parade end of the ground. We'll have the ball thrown in the air again. Up it goes. Both Rana and Cossa got a hand on it. Cossa got a kick. Out of danger momentarily because Gray stood there, took the mark, goes in towards 45, and nearly a mark taken there by Blacks. Loftus there.
High.
Mitham there. And the free kick will go Gleeson or Conway's way here. Conway will take it here for Blues. 19 gone, second term. 3-2-20 Blacks, 5-5-35 the Blues.
He's got a season high of 18 disposals this year, Conway. He might break 18 by half-time the way this is going. That kick carries on the wing. It spills through the hands of Macking, and Grimley waits for it out the back, feeds it to the inside. Valpede's there for the Blacks. Takes the footy, spreads it wide. And they'll just relax a little bit on the University side wing. 20 plays 35. It was the Blacks with the first 2 goals of the game. The Blues have 5 of the last 6 though. And 4-1 in this quarter. Up and under kick towards half forward. Underneath it stands Joey Ryan. He got a fist to the footy. Moorfield takes it for the Blacks and hacks it just inside the arc of 45. O'Shea takes it on the half volley. Feeds Gleeson. 2 former AFL players combine, and through Whitehead they go through the guts. O'Shea again. The handball was a shocker at the bootlaces over O'Brien, and it tardied their movement there, the Blues.
Push.
And a push in the back. Free kick going the way of the Blacks, and as a result. So just sloppy disposal through the middle of the ground. Simon Petch, James Clark with the footy.
So Clark has it right inside the centre circles, brings it out. Oh, gee, was short. O'Shea has made sure that...
it's 50.
Yeah, he has played 50 there. Well, that was stupid by him. There was no need to do that. That was a deliberate action. That was right in front of us there. And now he's given... Look, it's going to... Moorfield's going to do something silly here, I think. He's not happy with that.
Yeah, it needs to get out of it. Don't want to reverse this free kick with Cassidy having a set shot from directly in front, Petchy.
Yeah, well, after O'Shea's handball didn't go anywhere in that centre square, I thought he was coming off, and obviously not. And then he lined up Cassidy, lined him up a beauty. Yeah. And he got 50 and he's directly in front of goal. Roll Parade end of the ground. They've kicked 3 here. The Blacks looking at their 4th. The Blues lead 5-5-35. The Blacks 3-2-20. Now it's changed. He's put it through. Cassidy, the goal umpire, had a real good look at that one, but Blacks kicked their 4th. They go on a 4-2-26. Blues on 5-5-35. We've gone 21 minutes in this second term for Kaiser training.
Now, that instance there, right? So that was a 50-50 ball on the wing. That was very frustrating, that action, because it was unnecessary. So, and we talk about momentum in footy. The Blues had all the momentum there, and now that one action has just changed the game possibly for that. So that's... And from an experienced player, you expect better.
So what would you do with Cam O'Shea? Would you bring him off?
He'd be off the ground right now.
Sit him on the pine or leave him on?
100%. You'd have a discussion about that.
Yeah.
And you'd ask for... Well, I would say to him, you owe.
Yeah.
After that.
Cossa takes the ball out of the ruck in the middle of the ground. The kick skips through the hands of Chalkley. McKenzie's got a job to do for the Blacks inside defensive 45. And the Blues forwards are pushing real hard. It's a skipping ball for McCulloch, who's into the pocket, and he's kicked another one. Goal for goal. Entertaining stuff at the University main. McCulloch adds his name to the goal kicker's sheet. And they just respond to that indiscretion from O'Shea, the perfect way, the University Blues, and push the lead back out to 15 points. 41 plays 26, Hugo Higginbotham for IQ.
Look, that was very good, and it just shows that that one little action hasn't affected their momentum. But I'll tell you, one bloke is pretty happy with that. O'Shea has taken the pressure right off him. Change the subject, boys, he'd be saying.
Yeah, well, he's experienced enough to know that he made a blue, surely.
Yeah.
And he'll be just thankful that he's still out there. Thrown in the air again, back in the middle we go. Rana took a ride on Kossar and got it down. Now O'Shea, who we just spoke about, has taken the mark here inside the centre square. Goes as long as he can, centre half for the target. Up they go, Robertson, the one-handed towards the boundary line. Chalkley was there for him, down, brought to ground. And Kosh got a handball up and away they go again here, Blues. Kick towards full forward, and Ernest rushes it through for a minor score. Taking Blues on the 6-6-42. Blacks 4-2-26. 23 gone in the second term here for Kaiser. Training.
Yeah, the kick was for Clark off the boot of Ernest, and it was just a little bit hot for him. It dribbles out of play, broadcast side. It's just getting a little bit overcast, a little bit windy. Looks to be some moisture in the air. We might get down to our man Raj Johnston on the boundary for us. Raj, any change in conditions where you are on the fence?
I am starting to feel a couple of drops of rain at ground level, Paddy. Now, I've had a look at the radar. It looks like it won't turn into a proper shower for about 20-25 minutes.
Thanks, Raj. That might change the complexion of the game. Goddard comes raging through the restart and kicks it towards the 45-metre arc. Koch gets Chalkley. The moment he had the footy, he had Moa Koch all over him, Xavier Chalkley, and the umpire calls for the footy.
Well, I hope it doesn't rain, because it'll blow all over us here if it does, because that's the way the wind's blowing here at the moment, right into us.
Strong towards the Swanston Street end and towards this broadcast site. So the game's played on the left half forward flank for the Blues as Clark gets a free kick, tackles Curran to the deck.
I reckon Buttons will have to get some tarpaulins here in a minute.
Clark towards Lay, who has it spoiled away from him by O'Shea and over the boundary line between wing and half forward. Broadcast side for the Blues, who, as we mentioned, just holding on to a 15-point lead at this stage. We've played 24.5 minutes in the second term thanks to Keys of training.
So that wind is really blustery now, favouring the Swanston Street end. It's really picked up a notch here. Thrown back in. Kossar got the front berth. Really didn't get a hand onto that one. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball this one up again. Going nowhere. Just be careful there, Buttons, you might fly away. Thrown in the air again. Kossar got it down. A good fisted punch too inside the 45-metre arc. Robertson under pressure from a Kosh. What's he done? Is he gone over the line deliberately and out of play? No. Kosh was hot on his hammer. And the umpire says ball this one in. So down at the Blues end, they lead 6-6-42, the Blacks 4-2-26. 25 minutes gone in this second term for Kaiser training, and only metres out from the Blues goal. Thrown back in, Stewart palms it down. Good tackle late too, as he followed up on Robertson. And he's given it away here, Stewart. So the Blacks to take it, Robertson to clear.
Robertson high towards Sinclair and Moorfield. Sinclair will have a leap at this one.
No
it carried his hands and it goes out of play.
It actually carried really well. No one touched that.
That's the difficulty with leaping on this broadcast side wing, is that the mud is quite gluey. Yeah. So you think you get a bit of a run and jump, and then you find yourself stuck firmly to terra firma. So it'll be thrown back in. This game has just taken a little bit of a step down after its frenetic pace across the last 10 minutes or so. In the last 2 or 3, we've just been playing this left half forward flank for the Blues. 16 points they lead by. Held back into play. Involved was O'Brien of the Blues. He lays its big tackle on Cassidy, who lost control of the footy in the tackle, and the umpire comes in, blindside, and calls for the footy.
Tell you what, there's a fair bit happening off the ball here. It's a very physical game. There's not a lot of love lost between these two teams. A lot of respect, of course, but it's getting a bit willing.
Rana and Costa neither had the best of it. They just sort of hold on to each other. Oh, geez, Sinclair came steaming up, but Ryan was aware to it. Got it back to Taylor. Hit as he kicked. Goes in the direction there. Was hoping for McCulloch, but Ernest takes it strongly at right half back for the Blacks, and he's eyeing that 45 kick. It's not there for him, so he just kicks it straight to O'Shea. Wanted Darkus, and O'Shea moves it quickly by hand to Churgwin to the inside. He kicks it for a Koch, who has to slide. Got a mitt to it, couldn't bring it down, knocks it out of play, 40 metres out from goal. Left half forward again for the University Blues, nearly 27 gone for Keys of training in the second term. Simon Petch.
Great contest here. Kossar and Rana, Rana's been quite annoyed by Kossar. I think he loves to have a bit of yap in him, and that's not a bad contest to watch those two as they ply their trade. But he doesn't go this contest, Kossar.
Throw it in again.
And Rana and Stewart are going at it. So just outside or inside the 45-metre arc down at the Swanston Street end. Ball to be thrown back in. 27 gone in this second term. That's as long as the first quarter went. Thrown back in. Stewart palms it down. Ernest roved it okay. Handball here only as far as Furphy. Nearly out of play. And was he?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
That was just as well because I think he kicked a goal. I reckon he kicked a goal from a metre outside the boundary. Maybe McKenzie got to it in time.
So another ball in. So this is the third one. Inside the 45-metre arc here for Blues, down at the Swanston Street end. Nearly 28 minutes played in this second term. 42 playing 26. Blues have the lead. Going in, Robinson. Oh, he was lost in space there. He had nowhere to go at all.
I think only people as old as you and I, Petch, understood that one.
He couldn't get rid of that one. Thrown in the air again, Stewart. It fell at his bootlaces, really. And once again, another ball in the air. Yeah. That just popped out.
I quite liked it.
I thought you were rehearsing that.
Mercury's dropped significantly, I reckon, just along
what
this boundary side.
What are you suggesting? Here you go.
Cassidy to Darkus. Watch out for you two. Save it for half-time. Here's Ryan, dispossessed by Grocott. Dow takes the footy broadcast side. He's dispossessed. The ball top him. Cossar waves his way out. 3 tackles. Have a look at 4 tackles, Cossar. He might have fended off Darkus in the face on his way through.
There's an ear goer.
His handball went out of play, but I don't really care how it found its way out of play. Just let Trent Cossar go after the footy and play fair.
That was terrific.
You shouldn't be able to do that as a man that big.
Should you?
No. He's like a rover.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
It's a bit of Luke Jackson to him. The way he goes after the footy. It's thrown back in. 50 metres out the Blues goal. Cossar again involved with Rana. Curran gets his way through one way then the other. Hacks it inside 50. Grimley spoiled away. Macking was so good. It was Grimley with the superior body position. Macking just got the arm underneath and spoiled it away without giving away the free kick.
He's got amazing hand-eye coordination, Macking. He saw that coming in, just got the hand in just for that spoil. And that was an easy chest mark for Grimley.
So still inside the 45 here for Blues. 6-6-42. They lead 4-2-26 the Blacks. And metres away from their goal at the Swanston Street end. Rana double-handed down. Straight to Lord. Over the head, though, and it goes all the way out of bounds on the full. Resultant free kick to go to Blacks, and Macking will take it.
Long quarter, this one.
Yeah, well, the first one, 27.
50.
You just don't need that.
See, Sinclair on the broadcast side, open space here if the Blacks go quickly, Petchy.
So Macking's got it. He's got it under his arm. He's just running. He continues to run. Actually, that's half the field, really. Handball off, and away they go here. Blacks inside 45, but Gleeson stands there in front of the scoreboard and takes the mark. 30 minutes gone, second term. Blues lead 6-6-42 to the Blacks 4-2-26. Goes back into the middle of the ground with a kick there, Gleeson. Missing it was Macking. Stewart ended up with it. Got a handball. Blues go forward again in towards full.
That's a goal from the middle of the ground.
And it is a goal.
That is amazing. That has gone 75, 80 metres, I reckon.
And looks like it was McCulloch that kicked that one. So McCulloch has kicked that straight off the boot inside the centre square, and it dribbled through goal. And that's their 7th goal of the afternoon. They go on to 7 goals, 6. The Blues 48, 7-6-48. Blacks 4-2-26. 30 and a half minutes gone in this second term for Keys training, and McCulloch kicks his second of the afternoon.
And another contender for goal of the day. That's amazing, but that was...
No, it's nothing like we saw earlier
in love
today.
With Trent Cossar.
No, I'm not, but it's just nothing like we saw earlier this afternoon, and I won't back down.
Another shout out for the Clyde Hotel. It's a hotly contested field for goal of the day, but there's only one man who stands out in Simon Petch's eyes. Oh, geez, it might be to be a fly on the wall in the conversation post-match between our man Trent and our man Petchy. Rana palms it forward, successive stoppages in the middle of the ground. What's Cassidy, who just underhand chucks it. It was hoping for Dow. He was being tackled by the left arm, so just thought, bugger this, I'll just try and fling it inside 50, and the umpire awake to it. So free kick going the way of Ryan here for the Blues.
Blacks are doing everything to move the ball fast here, but they're being reckless with their fast ball movement, and that was why they're giving these away.
Ryan's not going to take it. It's Furphy instead who picks up the free kick and goes University side for Gleeson. So as you mentioned, Petchy, 48 plays 26. It's a game-high 22-point lead for the University Blues. And you said it was a 4-goal win. They've kicked 6 goals to 2, so 4 goals advantaged in this second term. You're spot on. Bit between you and Raj, you'd think, at half-time. So you go the Blues again. 32 minutes gone for Keezer in this second term. Sherwin with the mark. He plays on. He dumps it deep for Cossar. The ball will float over his head. Gray tracks it towards the boundary line. The boundary beats all comers. Be thrown in the right forward pocket for the Blues.
Seen a lot of that today.
Remaining.
Yeah, seen a lot of that today. They're just not judging that breeze, are they?
It's a bit swirly too.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of balls over heads here.
And Gusty.
Man, Cossar to do the ruck work against Rana, or is it going to be Stewart? It is going to be Stewart.
Got demoted.
He did. Stewart out of the ruck. I mean, he might prove why. Gives it off. Costa's waiting for it on the outside. He's desperate for another go, Trent, but Stewart was tardy in giving it to him, and he's caught holding the footy. So the Blacks on the last line might try and switch it through Mackenzie or just kill this game by kicking it long down the line. Simon Petch.
So Chalkley's got it. University side of the
holding
ground.
up,
He
holding
comes
up.
in towards
That's a mark.
the centre square, and Churgwin has that held up in the breeze.
That just stopped dead.
He's taken the mark. Rana late getting up, but Churgwin's got it. Everything's okay.
He's going to have a go here.
Oh, why not? He's got that breeze in his back. It's going to go from right to left when he leaves his boot. But it's definitely worth a crack here. 7:6:48 the Blues, 4:2:26 the Blacks. 33 minutes gone in this second term. And Churgwin's got it.
Won't be long to go here, I don't think.
And he's looking at his first score of the afternoon to the Swanston Street end of the ground.
Oh, he's got the barrel!
He's gone the barrel.
He's got the barrel! That's a goal! That's goal of the day!
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's a barrel!
No.
He executed it perfectly, and he has nailed that on the siren.
It's a standing start.
Oh!
Here you go, sit down.
I can't. Some kid stole my chair. But that is goal of the day. Come on. You don't see that anymore.
This man's coached
That's
two premierships.
unbelievable.
I've never seen him so excited.
I love a barrel, and that was perfectly executed.
Sit down.
No, I'm not. That's amazing. You just don't see that anymore, Petch.
You don't. Hey, you don't, Hugo. We just saw it there, but that is not goal of the day.
Oh my goodness, Darcy Churgwood, 57 metres out. Bring back the barrel. He cleared the goal line by 15 metres. It went through at three-quarter post height.
And it was 3 steps.
Fantastic.
What a quarter this is for the University Blues. He's after it in the middle of the ground.
Oh, here he goes again.
And he gets the last disposal of the half. Goodness.
What a kick.
What a quarter of footy for the University Blues. We might need to take a break just to let Hugo Higginbotham's blood pressure settle. They're 8:6:54 the University Blues. 4:2:26 the Blacks. And that lead is 28 points for the Blues. Well and truly a game high. We'll go to the goal kickers in just a moment's time. Darcy Churgwin adding his name to the sheet with that enormous torpedo punt. 2 each for Stewart, McCulloch, and singles for Grimley, Curran, Cossar and Churgwin. As we mentioned, for the Blacks, it's all singles. Sinclair, Grocott, Loftus and Cassidy. 26 playing 54. It's the Blues in command in the Uni Derby by 28 points at halftime. More on the other side of this.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food, because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to vafa.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
The Anytime Fitness VAFA Rising Star Award recognises the competition's most talented young players. Each week, the VAFA Rising Star Committee receives nominations for one male and one female player, aged 20 years or under, who played no more than 7 senior games before this season. Our overall season winners will be declared the Anytime Fitness VAFA Rising Stars for 2025. So, if your club has a young gun making their mark, nominate them now at media@vafa.com.au.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Tickets are now on sale for one of the signature events on the VAFA calendar, the 2025 William Buck VAFA Finals Luncheon, held on Friday, September 5 at Zinc Fed Square. Join us as we celebrate the road to the VAFA and AFL finals with 5-time Premiership player Dermot Brereton and 2-time Brownlow medalist Greg Diesel Williams. Secure your tickets today
20 seconds.
at vafa.com.au.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45pm. Listen via the app.
Oh, it's all happening at the University Oval. The Blues lead at 8-6-54 to the Blacks 4-2-26 in the Uni Derby. And the Blues really got things moving in that second term. 7 goals to 2, featuring 2 from George McCulloch, 2 from James Stewart, and a barrel from 60 from Darcy Churgwin.
65.
Has our man Hugo Higginbotham in absolute raptures at the moment. It's the Blues trying to get themselves well and truly clear of the relegation zone, doing a really good job of it against their arch rivals, the University Blacks. We'll go around the grounds in just a moment's time. That's all for Partners Wealth Group. But before we do that, Hugo Higginbotham, let's unpack that second term. What a quarter it was for the Uni Blues.
It was an amazing quarter. It was exciting. Well, I thought about 15 minutes into it was a bit of a wrestle fest, and then it just opened up, and there was just goal after goal after goal. And you could see both sides. The focus was fast ball movement, get this thing moving, and the Blues played it really well. I thought Conway was excellent at halfback. He intercepted a lot. And then the way they moved the ball after that. Remember the start of that quarter, they were pulling the trigger too early, and then they just really settled, got their ball movement going, and, geez, they're playing well. Yeah. They were playing really well. The Blacks have their back against the wall at the moment in this.
The halftime show here today from the University Oval is all thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the Uni Blacks for over 17 years, providing personalised one-on-one banking through a dedicated team and striving to build a genuine connection with every one of our customers. The goal kickers, if you missed it just before halftime, 2 each for McCulloch and Stewart, and singles for Curran, Grimley, Churgwin and Cossa for the Blues. For the Blacks, all singles, St Clair, Grocott, Loftus and Cassidy. Let's go around the grounds then for Partners Wealth Group. A reminder before we get stuck into things that you can watch every single Premier B game live and free on vafa.com.au. They're all streamed with commentary this weekend as part of our Premier B showcase. What a season it's been. We'll give you the scores from those games as well. But we'll start first at Camberwell Sports Ground, where it's Old Scotch 9-9-63 leading St Bernard's 7-5-47. So with the win today, Old Scotch are pretty much safe from relegation after winning the premiership in 2024 in top flight, but falling away in 2025 so far. They look in good shape against the Snow Dogs, who desperately need a win to try and escape from ninth spot on the ladder, which is where they entered this weekend of footy from. A story developing at the Harry Trott Oval, though. Collegians, in a bad-tempered game of footy, Hugo Higginbotham, lead at 7-6-48 to the Olds Avarians, 6-3-39. So a 9-point Lions lead, which is significant for Geordie McKenzie in his group. Geordie McKenzie, of course, the new father, after leaving our game last weekend against St Bernard's at three-quarter time. So we still haven't spoken to Geordie on the SEN match of the game.
No.
Hugo Higginbotham.
See, last week they were really good Collegians. They've got the old hats back, you know, in Ong and Bazani, and their ball movement was excellent through the middle of the ground. So I'm not actually surprised about that, but there's a lot to play out in that game.
Correct. We'll move next over to Waverley Oval, East Malvern, where De La Salle 3-3-21 lead Old Brighton 5-8-38. That's over at Waverley Oval, as I mentioned. So the Tunners are top the ladder, playing the bottom of the ladder, De La, but De La just keeping the foot in the door there at half-time, just at 17 points the Tunners lead. Haileybury College at Keysborough, though, it's all St Kevin's 6-6-42. They lead Old Haileybury 2-5-17 at half-time. And this is a crucial result for the University Blacks, who are chasing that fourth position that Old Haileybury hold. If Old Haileybury lose today and the Blacks are to win, then things look a little bit easier. But they're going to need to stage a comeback to do it, the Blacks, because they are down as we speak right now in this game of footy. 26 playing 54 at the University Oval as rain starts to fall here. And might just endanger our broadcast as we continue on, Hugo Higginbotham.
I've seen what I need to see, so I can go home now. That goal was amazing.
I think we will be seeing that one through the week a few times as well, Hugo Higginbotham. Let's move on to Premier B as well. Raj Johnston will have coach's notes in just a second's time. But before we get to Raj, we'll have a look across at Premier B. So the game that I'm focused on is the one out at Old Carey, where the Panthers take on Williamstown CYMS, effectively a battle for fourth position. At the moment, the Panthers 49 lead the CYs 34. Elsewhere at Elstonwick Park, Old Melburnians by 2 points over the winless Hampton Rovers, 52 plays 50. At Daly Oval, Old Trinity 65 lead Fitzroy 23. At Chelsworth Park, Old Ivanhoe 51 by 3 points at the moment over Old Geelong 48. And at Gordon Barnard Reserve, Old Camberwell 30, trailing the Caulfield Grammarians 34. So a few close contests. A reminder, all those games live and free and with commentary on vafa.com.au today. And you can also head to VAFA.com.au to take in the Olds Avarians and Collegians game, as well as the Williamstown CYMS and Q game in William Buck Premier Women's. Big half of footy now for the University Blacks, Hugo Higginbotham, because they're going to be level on points if they win today and Haileybury lose. Their percentage is worse than the Blood, so they will have to find an extra win. But at the moment, 5 goals down, they're going to have to find a massive second half of footy when they know they're capable. Yeah, definitely. I nearly go as far as saying it's season on the line for them. If they lose today, then it's probably virtually nearly impossible. But one thing they have to do is they're going to have to change their ball movement, and I'm a little bit concerned with their structure forward. They just don't look as dangerous forward as the Blues do. Blues are playing amazing footy, and they've got avenues to goal. I mean, but one thing we can highlight in that quarter was their forward defensive pressure, the Blues, and the Blacks need to do something about that. So there's too many goals being kicked from 50-50 balls on the ground. But look, it's definitely a wind-affected game. Now, one thing that's happened now, this rain that's come, that's going to affect the game. Ball's going to be slippery. The ground's going to be slippery, so it won't be able to play it as fast. And then when they pull the trigger and say, we're going to play wet weather footy, because wet weather footy is about distance, and you can't do that with a side like the Blues, who are so good behind the ball and with their defensive pressure and the intercept marking. So one thing to watch as well. My man, he's my man now. Yes. I've got him, Darcy Chergwin, the amazing barrel king. Now, he has the most ground ball gets. Wet weather footy is ground ball. Yep. Watch him really come into the game now. But I'm all over him now. That's if they had the merch stand here, I'd be going to get a number 2 jersey, and that would be on front and centre. That was amazing. That's highlight of my year now. I don't think you're alone in that assessment, Hugo Higginbotham. The pavilion went nuts when he kicked that goal from 65 metres out. Raj Johnston is our boundary rider today for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the University Blacks for over 17 years. Raj, you're getting wet on the boundary, but you've been inside both coaches' rooms and you've checked in with the men in charge. What do they have to say?
I don't think I've seen a coach more upset with how the game's going than Dale Bauer. He was fired up. He says they're tackling harder than us. They want it more than us. We need a reset. And he quite literally said it is a disgrace. Right. So just walking past the team before I spoke with them, I've never seen a coach that fired up than that. So you've never seen me, Raj, when I get fired up? Well, don't want to see you. So that was the Blacks. As for the Uni Blues, Matt Smith very happy they were able to build on what they did well in the first quarter. He says none of that matters, though. If they slip away in the second half, they need to rebuild and start again. Don't need to change anything, just keep building. He's really happy with their speed on the ball and the way they're generating it forward. And once again, just wants to set themselves up with their hunt throughout the second half. Wonderful stuff, Raj. I'm going to put you in the hot seat. We've got Trent Cossar as our Goal of the Day nominee. Simon Petch is married to that idea that he's going to take it home for the Clyde Hotel. But after Darcy Chergwin's torpedo from 65, would you be changing that in your assessment? I was with Petchy for so long. I thought, Cossar, you can't beat that. But Darcy Chergwin, I mean, hands down. Hands down. Hands down. Hands down or hands down? Hands down, hands down. Okay. You don't see barrels at this level of footy much these days, so that was just unreal. At any level. There you go. Credit to him. I remember there was one here at this ground last year, Eden Sibbald of St Bernard's. There's a beautiful rainbow just forges itself across the university, main. Just straight over. That's the trajectory of the barrel. Correct. If you look at that. Picked it out for Darcy Chergwin. You're spot on. It is. That's good. That's done me. But Eden Sibbald kicked a similar torpedo punt from the left half forward flank towards the same end, towards the Swanston Street end of the ground, and flushed it as well. So it is a ground that lends itself for the barrel kick. Raj Johnston, thanks for your time. Second half, what are you looking for both teams? Oh, just that Uni Blues got to continue that hunt, pressure on the ball, and how did the Blacks respond from this to be really interesting. Their finals hopes are up in the air based on the result today, so be really interested to see how this plays out. Yeah, we know they're a resilient lot, the University Blacks, and they won't die wondering. Can't wait for the second half of this one. At the moment, it's the Blues by 28 points at halftime, 26 playing 54. With barrels and speckies and great goals aplenty, it's been a wonderfully entertaining first half of football from the University main for the William Buck SEN Match of the Day, streaming on vafa.com.au, sen.com.au and the SEN app. More after this.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food, because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to vafa.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
The Anytime Fitness VAFA Rising Star Award recognises the competition's most talented young players. Each week, the VAFA Rising Star Committee receives nominations for one male and one female player, aged 20 years or under, who played no more than 7 senior games before this season. Our overall season winners will be declared the Anytime Fitness VAFA Rising Stars for 2025. So, if your club has a young gun making their mark, nominate them now at media@vafa.com.au.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Tickets are now on sale for one of the signature events on the VAFA calendar, the 2025 William Buck VAFA Finals Luncheon, held on Friday, September 5 at Zinc Fed Square. Join us as we celebrate the road to the VAFA and AFL finals with 5-time Premiership player Dermot Brereton and 2-time Brownlow medalist Greg Diesel Williams. Secure your tickets today at vafa.com.au.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45 p.m. Listen via the app.
Half-time at the University Main, the University Blacks 4-2-26, the University Blues 8-6-54, 28-point leaders in the University Derby as the Blacks try and apply some pressure to the top four and the Blues try and ensure that they can escape relegation in 2025. They have the top 2 teams to come, the Elzeverians and Old Brighton in the next fortnight. But if they win today, the Blues, it looks just about like a done thing that they will be playing top flight footy again in 2026 under the coaching of Matt Smith in his first year in charge at the University Main. And it's been a highlight-strewn first half at the University Main. Darcy Cherwin's barrel, the highlight late in the second term. James Stewart and George McCullough with 2 classy goals apiece in that second quarter, and the early leaping of away macking of the Blacks standing out. Paddy Grindlay, Hugo Higginbotham, Simon Petch and Raj Johnston, your call team on the VAFA SEN William Buck Match of the Day, streaming on vafa.com.au, sen.com.au and the SEN app. And a reminder, if you're at the venue today at the University Main Oval, you can tune into our call live and latency-free. No delay on the SEN Stadium feature on the SEN app, available to download on iPhone and Android. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ. Great first half of footy. Really important now, though, that the University Blacks get themselves sorted out in this third term. They will be kicking with the wind towards the left of your radio dial towards the Swanston Street end.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing start to this quarter because, don't forget, Paddy, we've just had quite a bit of rain come down, but it's cleared now. And with that breeze, it will dry out, but it won't be dry straight away. So it will be a little bit of wet weather footy, so we can expect quite a few dropped marks, ground balls, a few turnovers. So that it's going to go back to that physical pressure game. The ball will be in dispute quite a bit. So that will sort of play into the Blues' hands so the Blacks can't get away and sort of get that rebound and get a few back, which they need to do. So first goal is very important to this quarter. They can sort of set the tone. And so the Blues will be sort of focused on probably slowing momentum a little bit for the Blacks. And I spoke earlier about scoreboard pressure. Well, there's a lot of scoreboard pressure on the Blacks now. So you just wonder how they can play this game out. If they focus on that scoreboard too much, and also, too, the ramifications of this game in the rest of the year. And I know that Dale's given them a nice old bake at halftime. So let's see how they respond to that. And you remember, you can be fast with your ball movement, but you can't be reckless because that will cause turnovers.
Yeah, especially in the wet. So Our third quarter coming up. Simon Petch on the call alongside me, all for the Clyde Hotel, the spiritual home pub of the University Blacks. It's been serving the local community here in Carlton since the 1860s. You can come and join them at the Clyde for your next meal or a function and add to the history of a Carlton institution. 26 plays 54. The Blues in charge here in the University Derby, and the Blacks with all to do in the second half. You're in the hands of Simon Petch, although we've just had a little delay in the start. I think the water boy for the University Blues just encroaching on the field of play. So that's all sorted out, and we have a start here in the third term. This is the voice of Simon Petch.
So 54 playing 26. Blues have the lead. Third term underway for the Clyde Hotel, and Loftus got the first kick of that third term. Here's O'Neill in the thick of things. Churgwin.
There he is, my man.
Great goal in the end of that second term, and he's lost the footy, and the free kick going Black's way here, and Cassidy will take it. Virtually harassed him out of that one. So Cassidy's got it. Swanston straight into the ground. Blacks in the second term. Third term, and Grocott charged out and took that mark directly in front of goal.
So Grocott just got out on his own there. The Blues were very confused down there, and that was just an uncontested mark. So that's the start that the Blacks wanted.
So Grocott so far today has kicked one, and he's looking at his second of the afternoon, and the Blacks first of the third term. They've kicked 4-2-26. The Blues on 8-6-54. Swanson straight into the ground. Grocott's got it, runs to 45, left foot kick. Beautiful kick off the boot. No doubt about that one. Grocott kicks his second of the afternoon, and the Blacks kick their fifth, the first of this third turn. They go into 5-2. 32 trailing the Blues on 8-6-54 for the Clyde Hotel. We've got a minute and a half in this third quarter.
Well, that's an excellent start. Just off the back of that great tackle on Churgwin there, who's a very good player, so hard to get the ball off him. And then I was expecting him to have a shot on goal there, but Grocott just got the space, and then the start that the Blacks wanted. So very good to convert that one.
So the first multiple goal kicker for the University Blacks, Matty Grocott, 29-year-old out of St Edmunds and Queanbeyan, the Australian Capital Territory up in Canberra. And again, the Blacks from the middle looking for Palmer on the outer side. He's got Gleeson in a big tackle. The umpire calls them to play. Loftus and Churgwin come running up to the contest. It's kicked down the wing by Gray. Grocott with the fly, palmed it to his own advantage. Dow got in the way as he tried to take it on the second attempt. Flicked forward by the Blues. Rana in a one-on-one with Grimley. Spikes it down. Curran takes the footy of the Blues. Feeds it through, and they'll come through. Robinson was involved. A high up and under. Chalkley leaps. So Koch leaps. No one stayed down. Clay grabbed it of the Blacks, fed it to Chalkley. He kicks it down the wing. It was touched off the boot and over the white line. University side will be thrown in, attacking side of that wing. This third term for the Clyde Hotel. Hugo Higginbotham today, our special comments man for Hit IQ and its game-changing Protect concussion management system. You can use the code VAFA50, that's VAFA50, to get $50 off at hitiq.com, HITIQ.com. Make sure you use that before the season's out as Grimley and Rana resume their battle. Across centre half forward, Dow for the Blacks. Does a 180, snaps it inside 50. Moorfield comes up. Fist over the top from Lloyd was good. It'll go towards the boundary line. Grocott's not given up on the thing. Picks it up on the white line. Then he's wrapped up in a big tackle and slung out of play. He'll be thrown in 40 metres out from the Blacks' goal.
Very good tackle there, but just noticed before the Blues did good work to get to half forward, but the intercepting power of the Blacks and then that run and carry through. So once again in the Blacks forward 50, so dangerous time for the Blues.
So 22 points the margin. Blues still have the lead. Grocott kicks the first goal for Blacks in this third term. Inside 45 for them. O'Shea into his man. It ricocheted back towards the boundary line. Swanston straight into the ground. Cassidy's got it. The umpire has blown the whistle, and it must have been out of play. So we'll reload here. Nearly 4 minutes gone in this third quarter. Down at the Blacks' end on the University side of the ground, the Swanston Street side. We will have the ball thrown back in inside the 45-metre arc. Grimley and Moorfield to go at it. Both didn't get a hand onto that one, really. Came out here to LaCava for the Blues to Robinson, who kicks the ball quickly as he can, and Ernest nearly reeled it in. The slippery ball got the handball, hit a Palmer. He was and cycled it upended by Goddard. A great tackle by him. No need to remonstrate over that. That was a good hard hit. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
That was a rugby tackle there, the shoulder into the midriff.
There was a ripper. Thrown in the air, Grindlay fists it towards the boundary line. It stays in play okay. Players being held onto without the football, and the umpire let it go.
Oh, good tackle
Robinson
again.
lost the footy. Ernest there, now a kick out of play. And the umpire
He's
says...
done it. Deliberate. Paid deliberate.
Insufficient intent. And the free kick going Taylor's way here for Blues.
Taylor on the 45, kicks good to O'Shea on the edge of the centre square. Still defensive side of the ground for the Blues, and O'Shea stops and props. And has Taylor back out again, nice and wide, broadcast side. He takes the mark. So both sides just feeling each other out in this first 5 minutes for the Clyde Hotel of the second half. Conditions have changed. It's wet, it's slippery. High kick down the wing. Macking with a running leap. He just about spoiled his own teammate there in Clark, who had a bit of it. Cossa tackles Chalkley off it. Clark harasses Townsend, brings him to the deck, and the umpire will call for the football.
Just with that entry then, well, not even entry, it was the half-forward kick. It was only the Blacks in the air. All the Blues just stayed down, so no communication with the Blacks there.
Clark is proppy as well.
Yeah.
Back to his feet to oppose himself against Furphy. Rana taps it for Valpede. Sherwin just threw it onto the boot, backing back bravely. That's a good mark from the Blacks defender there. Rouse it was. Holds on. He's a left footer. It's a nice kick towards Leigh, but St Clair came steaming up, and Taylor was a big fist, and he'll celebrate that with Jez Goddard. Got a good 15 metres on the knee slide as well here, broadcast side. Ball's out of play in front of us. It'll be thrown back into play.
So plenty of support now out on the terraces here for both sides. Come out of the afternoon tea, and they're getting into this game now, the supporters. It's exactly what you need. Thrown back in. Grindlay there. Rana there. Grindlay grabbed it out of the ruck, put it onto his boot. Goes towards half forward. No one can take it. Now Townsend ends up with it. Kicks inside 45. Here's Cossa and Macking, they go to ground together. Now a great pickup here. Akosh now ends up with it here for the Blues. He goes towards Cossa. He tried to get a kick in. Macking had him high, and he'll get a free kick.
He actually went to kick that, and Macking thought he had possession, which he did.
Yeah,
but
he did.
He just, it was unfortunate.
Yep, and Cossa to go back and have a shot at goal here. Macking not happy. He hasn't been happy all day with a few against him today, but in front of this small boutique grandstand, Trent Cossa to have a shot here for the Blues for their 9th of the afternoon. They lead at the moment, 8:6:54. The Blacks on 5-2-32. 7 gone in this third term. Cossa into goal across the face, and it's rushed through for a minor score. Blues on to 8-7-55. Blacks 5-2-32. 7.5 gone in this third term for the Clyde Hotel.
Didn't play any footy in 2024, did Trent Cossa. And absence has made the heart grow fonder. It's a turnover from the kick in. Hugo Rouse straight down the throat of Churgwin. He's got a goal from about this distance.
They're calling for the barrel from the crowd.
Not going to do it. He's going to go short. That kick has just carried the required to Curran on the chest. So he's 53 metres out as he'll kick it. He's got leaders and a Koch and Townsend. He's going to go into the pocket. Macking is there. Costa behind Macking. Big spoil. And the pair of them help the ball out of play. That's a matchup that's enjoyable to watch. Trent Cossa and away Macking.
Yes.
Two frequent flyers. Cossa capable of the mercurial, as we saw with his stellar first quarter goal, a Clyde Hotel goal of the day leader in the eyes of Simon Petch. Although we've had plenty of contenders. Held back into play. Rana down in front. Cassidy flings the handball straight to O'Shea. 65 metres out from goal. The Blues work it back to Taylor, who's running out of space and time. His kick was smothered by Dow, who kept on coming. And back to Taylor. Head over the footy. Met by O'Neill solidly. O'Neill will battle over it there with O'Brien. And the two O's fight a draw. It'll be thrown up here, right half forward for the University Blues. 32 playing 54 Blues in front.
So no one giving an inch here. Rana towards the boundary line. Oh, Dacus in trouble. And the umpire says, ball it in.
32-55 rather, sorry, Petchy. So 23 points the lead.
23 the lead. 9 gone in this third term. Commentary side of the ground. The ball about to be thrown back in. Rana at the back of Grindlay here. Grindlay knows exactly where he is. He's just looking at him out the side of his Corner of his eye. Rana got the tap. O'Neill a handball. Darkus goes through again. Over the line out of play this time again. And we'll have another ball in right in front of us.
Pressure's really good around the ball, but you see both sides inviting pressure just with the extra handball, which is sort of unnecessary, especially with this slippery pill. You want to get it moving forward with a kick.
None of them giving an inch at the moment. Once again, Grimley out the corner of his eye. He knows where Rana. Oh, no, Rana sort of got around him and went the other way, got the tap. Now, Loftus there, lost the footy. Free kick going Blues' way, and McCulloch will take it for them.
And McCulloch with 2 goals in that second term. He's a left footer. He goes on his arc. He kicks it deep inside 50. Churgwin, yes!
Used the body beautifully.
Got Darkus underneath the flight of the footy, Hugo.
Guarded the space.
Took the mark on his chest. He'll have a shot at goal from 45 metres out. Right half forward, although Darcy Churgwin doesn't struggle with goal kicking as we've seen today.
No, he's not a bad shot on goal. Let's just see if he goes the orthodox here or repeats the barrel.
No, this will be a drop punt.
Plenty of light between the goalposts here from this tricky right half forward angle for goal number 8 of the season for Churgwin. Leads the VAFA for disposals, 30 and a half of them a game this year. For Darcy on the runway, he hits it a little bit skew-if, but he gets the swing.
That's amazing.
And Darcy Churgwin, he's got a couple here at the university, mate. That one not quite as stupendous as his effort late in the second term as our man Simon Petch is accosted just in front of us. Not sure what happened there.
I'm used to that. That's all right.
9-7-61, the University Blues. 5-2-32, the University Blacks. We're out to a 29-point lead, game high. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ.
Yes, you look at the context of the game as well. It's a very important goal, but I've got a feeling that wind has dropped right off.
Yeah, it has now.
Yeah, so there's nothing out there.
It's abated, and the sun's coming out as well.
We might check in with Raj Johnston on the boundary line for weather conditions. Raj, rain has stopped. How about the wind?
Wind has stopped as well, Paddy.
Thank you, Hugo. You're on the money.
Yes.
Thrown in the air, Grimley. Double-handed down. Clark ended up with it, but Churgwin gets the free kick. I don't know what that was for, but he ends up with it here. Churgwin, middle of the ground for Blues. He goes down towards half forward. Cossa, he couldn't hold on to that. Mackins down holding his back because Cossa got right into it. And inside 45 at the Royal Parade End, we'll have a ball in the air.
You just don't see that. You don't see someone getting the ride on Macking.
Yeah.
Macking's the one who does it. He was shocked, Macking.
He was.
Thrown in the air, Runner again got it down. Darkus ends up with it, a kick around the body, goes back into the middle of the ground. St Clair fished away from Grindlay. Found Lloyd now. Gleeson a handball hit at Taylor, who then has to go into Conway in trouble. Great tackle laid on him by Mithun. He lost the footy, Conway. And
that'll be a free kick.
That's a free kick there. He's got to calm down.
So St Clair takes it after all of that. Mithun should have got it. Smothered kick off the boot goes over O'Brien's head, close to the boundary line. They'll see it over. We'll have a ball in. Well, it was a kick anyway for Blacks. No matter what.
Yes.
Just don't get that from Conway. St Clair's so much smaller than him. And then as soon as he came to antagonise, you knew he was just going to try and pick up the free kick. Didn't need to do it, and Moorfield let him know about it on the way through.
Certainly did.
The Blacks need to get some scoring here. 29 points down, 32 plays 61. 13 minutes gone for the Clyde Hotel in the third. Rana tries to flick it behind himself. Darkus comes screaming up. Throws the boot, and surely a free kick for kicking in danger to Ryan. Advantage taken by Curran. Blues through the guts. McKenzie and Stewart one-on-one at centre. Stewart!
What a mark!
Weight room stuff!
He's going to calm down. He's telling the team to calm down. That was very strong. Nothing McKenzie could have done there. He was just physically thrown out of the way.
James Stewart, in the number 26 today, far too big and far too strong. 78 AFL games, 18 for the Giants, 60 for the Bombers. Arrived at the Blues last year and made his way straight into the team of the year with 45 goals from his 12 games. Finished third in the best and fairest. What a quality addition James Stewart has been. This would be for goal number 3 for the afternoon. Centre half forward, 50 metres out. Right foot drop.
He's got that.
It is long. It is just
to
the right-hand side. He misses. 9-8-62, plays 5-2-32. Even 5 goals to lead for the Blues.
So it doesn't seem like it's a 5-goal game in favour of the Blues the way that it has transpired, but it was that second term by the Blues that's really got them to where they are at the moment. Taylor from behind, got it down in front of Rana, then going through Mithen, didn't know what happened to him then. He goes in after it again, does Clark and Mithen. Ball will come out eventually. Umpire just lets it go.
Yes,
Tosses all over. Clark and Mithen, that is, on the bottom of all that. He had no idea what was going on there, the little bloke.
There's not much of him, is there?
No, when he gets up and he throws the ball to the umpire, and Cossar tried to palm it down. Clark virtually shut his eyes there to get the handball out, and it's going nowhere. And Loftus just wants to go on with Curran there. And the umpire says, give it to me.
Plenty happening off the ball.
14 and a half gone, third quarter. Cossar, Moorfield. Well, he went down. Cossar must have got him with a backhander. And
there we go.
That'll sort itself out. Moorfield's just holding his head at the moment. I think he's seeing stars. And
free kick to the Blacks here,
sort this out.
They'd rather wrestle than take the football.
Moorfield's going to take it. I think he's still seeing stars. 9-8-62 the Blues, 5-2-32 the Blacks. Cassidy will end up with the free kick. 15 minutes gone in this third term. Commentary side of the ground, Cassidy is. And he'll kick Blacks forward.
The Clyde Hotel, up into the sky goes Petchy. It will just get to the arc of 45. Sinclair has to play spoiler down to Ernest to pick the footy up cleanly. One lay by hand. It was an awkward looking thing, and Furphy's on the scene, paddles it to his own advantage. It gets through to Palmer. Got there via a throw. Free kick to the Blues in the middle of the University main. Churgan or LaCava, I think, for the free kick. Just tucked in behind the centre circles, Hugo, for hit IQ.
I was going to say the Blues are doing a really good job of just slowing any Blacks momentum. And one thing that's telling is Blacks have only had 7 scoring shots for the day. So
Churgwin to Mitch Lloyd and to Paddock. He runs his full distance, kicks it back inside 50. The leak came from Clark at the front of the Blacks rather. Flashing past the footy there was Lord, came loose, Chalkley to Cassidy, and the Blacks work it out. Cassidy towards us, broadcast side. The kick's for a sprinting Mithen. He's going to run out of space. Over the white line, right in front of us, it'll be thrown back into play.
So Blues are doing a fantastic job behind the ball. I think the Blacks are really trying to just get that ball moving and with no real structure forward of where the ball is. So they're a little bit off at the moment, the Blacks.
32 plays 62. The Blacks led it at quarter time, but a 7-goal-2 quarter in the second has the Blues with the advantage and leading by game high 5 goals flat. With 16 and a half gone in the third for the Clyde Hotel. Costa with a big fist. It went towards Robertson and the Blacks, though. Handballs to Valpede. He goes across the middle of the University main. Somewhat dangerously. It took a wicked bounce and away from Chalkley. And straight into the hands of Townsend, who goes for Grimley. Macking. It slipped through his fingers. McKenzie's the man last in the line. He wants the boundary. Won't get it. Takes control of the footy. Kicks it up and under beyond and past the scoreboard. Big fly, O'Sullivan. Forced the ball out of play for the Blues. Left half forward. 30-point leaders. It'll be thrown back in. Simon Petch and Hugo Higginbotham.
That ball bounced sideways in the middle of the ground into Chalkley's hands, and so it's just everything. It's one of those days when the ball's bouncing your way, and it is for the Blues.
Well done by McKenzie there too. It was dangerous times, but he got it out of defence. Moorfield goes on his lonesome virtually. O'Sullivan there, brought to ground by O'Neill. They look at the umpire and they say, he says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
The umpires are doing a great job out there today. They're letting it go. They're letting it play out, not pulling out anything that's, that's contentious. It's a really good umpiring.
Thrown in the air. Costa grabs it out of the ruck, got it down. Gray got a short kick around the body, but Cassidy sees it over. It's over on the full. And Furphy to take the free kick here for Blues. University side of the ground. They're attacking to the Royal Parade end in this third term. They lead 9-8-62 to the Blacks, 5-2-32. He goes as long as he can underneath the scoreboard. Rouse there trying to go. Clayer that was got a kick away. Now they bring it up forward here. Blacks out of defence. They all fall over. Now Clark there, handball, a look away one. Sullivan was there, then he misread it. Valpy got a handball up. Method ends up with it. Kicks towards centre half forward. And Rana used his body well on Conway. Goes in after it again, but couldn't control it. Ends up with Grocott. Grocott in the goal. He's hit the post.
Oh, jeez. That was a great build-up by the Blacks then.
So Rana used the body well, but then he just could not get it back, and Grocott ended up with it, and only a minor score there to the Blacks. They go on to 9. 9.862, Blues 9.862, Blacks on 5.333.
Blues chipping it around the goal mouth. Not advancing any further than 30 metres out. O'Brien was called to play on. Sinclair got him straight away. So a stoppage 25 metres out from goal here for the Blacks, and they'll all leap to attention. The Blues defence trying to take away any free space here. So the Blacks with some repeat entries. And Rana into the ruck. Cossart lets Rana out of the ruck. Has a shot and misses to the right-hand side. Just threw it on the boot any old way. Misses to the right. The Blacks 5.434. Blues remaining at 9.862. Approaching time on now for the Clyde Hotel in this third term. And the Blacks, Hugo, they're just a little bit too far back, I suspect, to make a run.
We're nearly at the 20-minute mark.
So O'Shea kicks the ball back in. Comes commentary side, Cossa there, Moorfield there. McKenzie got a hand onto that one. The umpires picked out a free kick. And it will go Stewart's way here.
I think that was off the ball.
Blues. Yeah, okay. So he goes towards half forward, 2-on-1 here. No one takes the mark, macking out the back. Handball found McKenzie, who goes back towards Clay, who then goes with a handball into Robertson, and the Blacks work it out of sight of the ground. Now into the middle. Good contest there. O'Shea has just given it to Mithun, and he's slowly getting up. Now Gleeson goes forward with a kick for Blues. Fished away there by Robertson for Blacks. Found O'Shea, handball. Now Whitehead. Handball, Robinson in trouble. Head over the footy, O'Neill got it. Now LaCava bangs it back towards half forward. Ball will sit in front of Townsend, who got away from Macking with a handball. Lord can go into goal. He doesn't. He goes into the pocket, and Grindlay takes the mark on his chest.
Done very well there, the Blues, with that congestion in the middle of the ground. I just noticed, a bit of carnage out there. I think Rana hurt himself, Mithun, but they're playing with a lot of energy. There's a great feeling amongst the Blues at the moment, and the Blacks just seem a little bit shell-shocked.
So in front of the small, about to be redone grandstand, I'm sure, here at University Oval. Grimley's got it. Daylight between the goals. This will be a drop. No, it won't. He's going to check side this one. He's going to banana this one through and holds up in the breeze. Never, ever looked likely off the boot. It didn't even score. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. 21.5 gone in this third term. University Blues lead, 9.862 to the Blacks, 5.434.
So this quarter won't go too long, I suspect. Not a lot of scoring. And the umpires have let the play roll, as you mentioned, Hugo, for hit IQ. So not much stoppage time. We'll check in around the grounds in a few moments. It's Cossa! He's done everything!
What a mark!
For the Clyde Hotel, it's a mark of the day contender. Inside 50 he goes. Townsend tries to bring it down. He might have both tied up.
Has.
And the Blacks defence quick to rebound.
You won't see a better mark than that today.
Trent Cossa, where's he been all my life?
What's the connection here? Nothing?
We'll find out in the post-match function. He's got another chance. He's got down the University wing. He went for a fly in the back of Rana and for the second time, but couldn't bring it down. As the defender there in Lloyd takes the ball out of bounds for the Blues, neutral territory, far side wing. Hugo Higginbotham.
It's one thing that's noticeable with the game is the players are that used to games being over-umpired. These umpires are doing a great job of not calling too much. The players almost stop and look and go, wasn't that a free?
Yeah, that's right.
It's interesting to watch.
It's terrific the way they've umpired this today.
Yeah, excellent.
For Partners Wealth Group, just briefly around the grounds, Collegians and Old Zavarians locked at 48 apiece at the Harry Trott Oval, Simon Petch.
So Moorfield got that one down. Cassidy held on to there by O'Sullivan, close to the boundary line. He'll keep it in. The umpire runs across and will say, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Well, something's happened there. The players are calling for the...
So Cassidy's down and hurt.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a delay in play here. 23 minutes gone in this third term. University Blues 9.862. The Blacks 5.434. He
hasn't moved.
Yeah, he's got... The arms are raised. He's crumpled on the ground here, Jack Cassidy. He's got a water boy now trainer out with him.
It's probably a knee or an ankle. The way he was brought down in the tackle by O'Sullivan, that's all it was.
You can see the Blacks players are calling for a stretcher, and if the way the tackle looked, it did look like his leg was trapped.
Stretcher they're calling for.
So this will be stopped here at the 23.5 minute mark. So my thoughts go to Jack Cassidy.
Rather innocuous, though.
Yeah.
Those sort of things. It was just close to the boundary line.
Yeah,
he
unfortunate.
wanted to roll him over, and he's obviously damaged his leg.
Yeah, so the trainer now calling for a stretcher, so the clock will be stopped and we'll have, you'd think, a significant break in this game. Both clubs going into their huddles. Jack Cassidy with a doctor and trainer supporting him. Stretcher just being run out onto Melbourne University Oval. It's a shocking scene. He looks in a real terrific amount of pain, unfortunately, Jack Cassidy.
And probably just what we call a bit of a football incident.
Yeah,
it's nothing untoward, as we said. And just another thing to take a bit of momentum and some time to recompose for the players. And you just feel for Cassidy at the moment. And, you don't want to see this in footy. But, we've got fantastic medical staff now, and he's in the best care possible. And we just have to it's an interesting one for the context of the game is when you have breaks like this, it gives a chance to reset and compose a little bit, and you need to focus, obviously, on the game now.
So what are the players actually talking about, do you think, while they're out there and just focusing on this break? Well, what are they doing?
Well, the Blacks will be the Blacks are breaking into their groups now at the moment, so they'll do those individual line chats where they talk about what they're doing well, what's working for them, what's not. So you treat it almost like a quarter-time break, where you do a reassess the situation. Obviously, the coaches can't get out to them or anything like that, but that's when your leaders really stand up and you can have those chats.
So Jack Cassidy, sorry, Hugo, he's just got to his feet. He's with the assistance of a couple of club staff on either side of him, and it looks to be the left leg that's the problem, but he is able to walk or at least put weight on both legs, so that's a really good sign. It looked initially, my head thought with the way the tackle ended up that it was a broken leg or broken ankle, but
I was thinking as well.
The walking is great to see, so the stretcher's being jogged off the ground, and Cassidy, it did look like he was going to get taken over the fence, so he wouldn't be able to rejoin play if he was taken directly off the ground, but they are now walking him towards the bench from the other side of the ground.
Yes, because they opened that gate, didn't they? They did, I thought maybe that was the quickest way they could get the stretcher around, but
he's not coming back yet. No.
Well, so 34 plays, 62, 28 points is the Blues lead, and while we do have this extended break, gentlemen, let's check in with the other results around top flight of VAFA for Partners Wealth Group, and we'll start first at Camberwell Sports Ground. Old Scotch 78 leading St Bernard 63 by 15 points. Old Zavarians and Collegians at the Harry Trott still tied, this time at 49 apiece. Old Brighton lead it by 55 points over De La Salle, 77-22 at Waverley Oval in East Malvern. St Kevin's 64 leading Old Haileybury 30 by 34 points at Haileybury College out in Keysborough. And of course, 98-62 the University Blues leading the University Blacks 5-4-34. So as things stand, the Bloods, well, they've held up their end of the bargain as far as the Blacks are concerned. They look like they will lose to St Kevin's, which does open up the race for fourth, but the Blacks will need to come all the way back here to try and topple the Blues, which is looking unlikely at the moment. Hugo Higginbotham, 28 points down. The Uni Blacks, what are their chances of mustering a fight back from here? Jack Cassidy appears done for the day.
Well, look, the modern football, you can kick goals very quickly, but the trend needs to change, and probably the execution as well. So it's a lot of inviting pressure with over handball. Both sides have done that to a certain extent, but you want that lateral movement to space, and then fast to forward to one-on-ones, not congestion.
Well, he did a Gellywood there, Cassidy. You saw the screen come out and he got up off the ground and he didn't want to be carried off on the stretcher, so he's walked all the way across the ground. So that's held up play about 4 minutes as O'Sullivan, who was in part of that contest, kicks the ball towards half forward here for Blues. Came into Furphy. In front of the scoreboard, the ball goes beyond that towards Grimley. He couldn't bend down to the bootlaces. Stewart over the line out of play on the full, and the resultant free kick will go to Mackenzie down there in defence for the Blacks. We've gone 28 minutes, but really we've lost about 4 minutes.
They've turned the lights on here too.
Yep, they've just started to go on. Still relatively overcast here in Parkville, but we're hoping that the majority of the rain has passed. So the kick goes towards Loftus here, and it's punched away from him by Goddard, who came charging up.
It was just annoying mizzle at half-time or just before half-time. That wet our sheets and everything. Yeah.
Oh, man, Button's making sure we stayed on air, which is not always the thing that happens when you're out in the open air calling a game of footy when the rain comes.
Right. No. Correct.
You just notice after that break that the sting's sort of gone out of this game a little bit, which is not helping the Blacks.
I suspect there's about 4 minutes left in this quarter of footy for the Clyde Hotel as Stewart, front spot on Moorfield, slaps it down. Dangerous kick across the face of goal. Koch is there, couldn't bring down the mark. Furphy after it, picks it up. Pursued by Mithun, is off at number 21. The umpire calls them to continue as they have all day. Darkus is after it. He's got Mithun charging forward. He'll handball it in his direction. A Koch on his face. Brings him down as he kicked. The ball will stay in for Churgwin to pursue it. And he'll just duck out of bounds. Happy to take the stoppage. It'll be thrown in. City side wing, far side wing. Neutral territory, 34 playing 62. 29 minutes gone. Simon Petch in this third term for the Clyde Hotel, in which the Blues have kicked the one goal, the Blacks have kicked the one goal. So nothing much to write home about.
Well done, Will Mithun there. Now, he was upended earlier in this quarter. He went off the ground. I don't think he really knew what happened. And he's come back on and he's put himself straight into the contest. Good effort by him. Cossar thumps it towards the boundary line. They try to keep it alive here, the Blacks. Now Koch has got it. He goes in towards goal. Fished away by McKenzie on Stewart. Nearly outside the 45-metre arc. Stewart chased it. Handball was okay. He then gave it to his teammate, O'Brien, who was brought to ground by Clark.
Amazing pickup for such a
terrific.
Big man.
He just chased.
He did. Got
that
down and
ball
got the hand.
Along the ground, thrown in the air. Stewart palms that one down. Churgwin held up in there, and we will have a ball up. Right on the 45-metre arc. Raw Parade end of the ground. Moorfield got a hand onto that one. Loftus gets a kick out of danger, and now it's going to come straight back because Lloyd's marked in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, and Lloyd goes city side to O'Sullivan. Brother of Finn, and a Karoyce. He's going to dump it towards the 45-metre arc, and a Koch, although Clay was first to the footy, read the flight of it best.
Beautifully.
Took it at full extension, and now the switch for Clark is good, and they've got runners broadcast side. McKenzie streaking forward. I reckon Moorfield's gone back here. Hugo wants to watch. Gray takes a dribbling kick at left half back, swings the handball. McKenzie's run on, puts him under pressure. Skip past he and Gleeson. Dow slides, picks the footy up, stands up, finds Clark in the air to Macking, who tried to haphazardly force it forward. He's forced to tackle, brings down Furphy. Broadcast side wing, neutral territory, Hugo.
I think Moorfield's gone into the ruck, actually, but he's setting himself up behind the ball more defensively, almost like an extra behind the ball.
He's got the big leap of Cossa to deal with. Lay around the footy, O'Shea cleanly. Moorfield tried to spin through the O'Brien tackle, got an awkward sort of handball loose. Churgwin was clean, fed it backwards, and Goddard hacks it forward. Townsend's leading up at it. Robertson's on his case. Townsend takes the footy, didn't really make connection with the handball. Worked out okay to Jack Robertson, who kicks it straight to away Macking. Athletically intercepting across the half-back line. And he wants Loftus. The kick had to be precise, and it was.
So it was at half-back, and he goes further across the ground here to Chalkley. Had the run on there from Moorfield. Now Ernest will end up with it. He'll give it over to Darkus, who may go back. No, he won't. He'll go forward with a kick. Worked okay to Mithun. He marks just outside the 45-metre arc here for Blacks.
He's going to have a go. He's having a shot.
He's at the Darcy Churgwin right half forward flank.
But there's no howling gale. And he may struggle to make the distance. Here he goes in short. Oh, that's not going to work, because the man who went for St Clair fell over, and the ball ends up back in the middle of the ground here. Robertson head over the footy there for Blacks. A short kick. A Koch tried same. Robertson worried him out of it. It came back here. And who gets it? Blacks have got it. And Loftus has it. And we'll have a ball up in the middle of the ground.
So 32.5 gone for the Clyde Hotel in the third term. It's still a 28-point Blues lead. As we look towards home, Stewart to a Koch out of the ruck. The handball was intended for Goddard. It was cut down by Ernest and Lay, but neither could take the ball cleanly. And O'Shea says, bugger this. Kicks it off the ground towards Townsend at half forward. Big tackle. There was a little bit of a slinging motion.
Yep, you can definitely see that.
It was well picked out by the umpire. McKenzie not happy with the treatment of Robertson by Townsend. But he's back to his feet. Robertson is A-OK, and across the half-back line. Again, the switch to Chalkley. So they've just found some expanses since the resumption of this quarter. The Blacks, Chalkley runs his full measure, kicks it down the far wing. 2-on-2 out there. Darkus is there, as is Grocott. O'Sullivan takes it, handballs it towards the boundary line. Mithens after the ball, palms it back in the direction of opponent, but was beaten by the boundary. It'll be thrown in. Attacking side of the wing for the University Blacks, 5-4-34. The Blues 9-8-62, 33 and a half gone for the Clyde Hotel. Though Simon Petch, we know this quarter's going to go long after that injury to Jack Cassidy.
Yeah, it was around 4 minutes, I reckon, Paddy, that play was halted. So really 29 minutes played so far in this quarter. Cossar over the back, couldn't get there in time. Kick around the body, McCulloch goes towards Townsend, a long way in front of Robertson. He goes back in towards where Akosh is, but Ernest is there. At half back, a handball sideways. He just flung it out, hoped for someone. Macking was there and he brings it up towards centre wing. Chalkley on the commentary side of the ground, wrestling with Lacava. Lacava won the footy and got a beautiful kick in to Goddard. And Goddard takes the mark here for Blues. Centre half forward the target, and that works out okay because Robinson's got it. He'll play on straight away. Siren goes to end the third quarter of footy down here. That quarter going 34 minutes. And the University Blues go in 9-8-62. The Blacks on 5-4-34. In that quarter, the Blacks could only register 1 goal, 2, where the Blues kicked 1 goal, 2. 1-2 each.
1-2 each.
Yeah,
Draw.
even Stevens.
So the rain over half-time has really affected the way this contest has been played out. The goal kickers for the Blues, 2 each for Churgwin, McCulloch and Stewart, singles for Curran, Grimley and Cossar. The Blacks 2 for Matty Grocott, singles for Sinclair, Loftus and Cassidy. As it was at half-time, it is the Blues by 28 points here at the University Main. We'll be back after this.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food.
Thanks.
That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food, because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Tickets are now on sale for one of the signature events on the VAFA calendar, the 2025 William Buck VAFA Finals Luncheon, held on Friday, September 5 at Zinc Fed Square. Join us as we celebrate the road to the VAFA and AFL Finals with 5-time Premiership player Dermot Brereton and 2-time Brownlow medalist Greg Diesel Williams. Secure your tickets today at vafa.com.au.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com. Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to vafa.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45 p.m. Listen via the app.
Three-quarter time in the University Derby. It's the University Blues, 9-8-62, leading the Blacks, 5-4-34. 1 goal apiece, 1 goal, 2 apiece in that third term, but it was the 7 goals to 2 second term, which has defined this game. We're going to go shortly inside the huddle of the University Blacks with Dale Bauer, all thanks to Partners Wealth Group, in just a second's time as the Blacks huddle around the whiteboard. They've got to come all the way back. They've got to overturn a 5-goal deficit. Here's Dale Bauer on how they're going to do it.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Let's go. So we can talk about all the things we need to do to score to win. We need to score to win, and we know we can score heavily quickly when we're at our best, all right? But unless we can really force the ball forward, and get some time in forward half and lock the ball at our front half and continually get it in, we're not going to have a chance to win the game. All right, so we can talk about, you know, red, green, orange with the ball movement and stuff like that, but we've actually got to really win some contest and force some turnover. So that part of the game is the biggest part of the game that's going to change. All right, so every way we can, try and force the ball forward, surge it. If we get marked between the arcs, let's give handball receives. Let's really go. Let's move. When we see a chance front half and go into green and go quick, we'll look to go quick and take the game on. Oh, we've got to do that, but we've got to win our share of contest. We've got to put massive pressure on around the ball, all right? And we've got to make sure that those balls that spread away from stoppage, that we're spreading harder than them, can be first in for the ball. So all the fundamentals, all the hard things, we need to do that. Angus, we need you to get the ball outside. I need 30 big minutes from you. All right? All we need, boys, is 30 minutes of our best. We need 30 minutes of our best. It hasn't been 90 minutes of our best so far, but 30 minutes of our best can still win us the game.
Come on.
All right? So we need to find that action. We need to find the ability to get the ball going our way and be harder and tougher than they are for 30 minutes.
Bloody oath, we've been here before.
Let's get the first 10 minutes and go red hot, get it going. And remember, you know, Cass has been dragged off the ground because he's putting his head in the hole all day. He's one of few that have, to be honest. He's one of few that have. But I need 21 now that can do it. And do it for him. All right? That's what we need to do.
Bloody oath, boys, let's go!
What does the game mean to us? Do we want to play finals footy?
Fucking oath.
Do we want to play finals footy?
Fucking oath we do! Come on, fucking go. Here we go!
Thanks to Dale Bauer for the access into the huddle, and apologies for some of the language that may have filtered through. Let's go down to Raj Johnston. He's going to be joined by the coach of the University Blacks.
Thanks, Paddy. Dale, a lot on the line in this last quarter. What do you think your side needs to do differently to overturn that deficit?
Oh, we need to get more ball in our front half, so we haven't got enough territory. We haven't been good enough around the contest and get the ball in our front half and get into our forward 50 enough. So that's our biggest problem at the moment. We need to fix it up to have any chance to win.
You must have been proud of Jack Cassidy, the way he put his body on the line.
Oh, he does it every week, and he's done it all day. And yeah, he's a tough player. He's a great kid, and always proud of him, mate.
Thanks, Dale. Back to you guys.
So Jack Cassidy, it appears that he's done for the day, which we assumed from the way he was helped off the ground. Thanks to Dale Bauer and to Partners Wealth Group for the access there into the three-quarter time huddle, one of Australia's leading providers of financial planning and wealth services for individuals, families, business owners and professionals. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ, Surge Footy on the agenda.
Yeah, well, it has to be. I mean, they need to kick as many goals as they kick for the day in this one quarter. You know, they've only had nine scoring shots, so they need to change the way that they're playing. But you can only play as well as the opposition lets you sometimes. And you go full credit to the Blues. Their pressure around the ball's been really good. So the Blacks just have to take it on. You'd rather lose by 6 or 7 goals than not have a go at trying to win the game. So it's you've got to play all out, but you can't be reckless either. That's the battle of the brain sometimes for these young guys. They want to go, but you still have to have that system.
It's a 28.3 quarter time margin. The Blues have the lead. It's going to have to be a superb final term from the University Blacks to overturn it. The fourth quarter is for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the Uni Blacks. They've been a proud platinum sponsor of this team for over 17 years. Simon Petch on the call for the final term.
And thrown in the air, and the wind is certainly abated down here after half-time, that's for sure. And Rana nearly slapped it outside the centre square. Lay ends up with it, got the kick smothered off his boot. Now O'Brien, a handball back to LaCava for Blues. He got it to Grindlay, who just stuck the left mid out and took the mark. Goes forward to the Swanson street end of the ground, and Macking dives in and takes the mark in front of Cossa. Inside the defensive 45, he goes across the face of goal dangerously, but picked off okay there by Clay. A wobbly kick towards the boundary line. It's probably over. And out of bounds on the full, and it is. And O'Sullivan takes the early free kick here for the University Blues in this final term. 9.862 to 5.434. Blues have the lead. O'Sullivan has the ball. He goes high as he can and long as he can. Backing up, couldn't mark. Came to ground, and Stewart, a handball towards the boundary line. Finds it. And we'll have a ball in. First minute of this final term gone, and Blues lead 9.862 to the Blacks 5.434.
So 25 metres out, sorry, Hugo.
I just said it was a contentious tackle on Stewart there, but anyway, umpire didn't pay that one, so.
And they've let it roll today, which is always good, I think, for amateur footy. Stewart wins the tap down. Along the boundary they'll go. Chalkley's there for the Blacks and ensures that ball is going back over the white line. It'll be thrown back in. We've moved maybe a metre closer to the Blues goal, the Swanston Street end of the ground, which has been... it's been a varying advantage with the breeze that's blown towards the left of your radio dial. Right now, the advantage about 0.
Yeah, no wind at all.
Those dark clouds are now assembling again, so maybe some more rain to come. Not good news for our techie Bruce's fierce tackling on the inside. Oh, an illegal tackle. So Clark is perplexed, but Stewart will pick up the free kick, and he's got a chance to kick his third. Or is it O'Shea?
I think it's O'Shea.
Stewart was wanting the footy, but it is going to go to Stewart. Yeah. I think it's the size of the man. He's so difficult to bring down that you see some of the Blacks players drop their weight, and as a result, they sling him to ground.
And use his weight and the momentum as well. But I think you find that in a game where the players probably get a free run, that they start to push the boundaries a little bit and try a bit harder, so that result of that.
So for a game-high 34-point lead. Now, James Stewart was held goalless against the Blacks in their earlier game this season at this venue. He's got a chance at his third from 40 metres out at right half forward and puts it straight over the goal umpire's hat.
Wow. Sort of look in the context of the game, a goal from a free kick, very frustrating for Dale Bauer, but that happens in football, and a guy like that having a shot from that angle, Stewart, he's such a good kick that you probably put that one down early, but that's not the start that the Blacks wanted. It's probably more telling that the ball was in the Blues half, so they had their chance moving forward with the Blacks, but the Blues defended it really well.
So 5-4-34 the Blacks, 10-8-68. Now the University Blues, they've doubled their score. They've doubled their scoring shots, Hugo. It's fairly indicative about where this game stands right now.
That's exactly right. And when you think of the context of the game, then the Blacks have to score more than they've already scored to win.
Correct. Up they go again, and Grimley...
there he is again.
He's lopped us out of the middle of the ground. A kick was smothered off hands. So it really goes inside 45 to Dow, who then was upended, came out to O'Shea, who got a kick back towards centre wing, commentary side. Now going down his Rouse, he tried to win the footy through.
Got his hands.
He did, he got a handball out here to Valpede. Left foot kick around the body out of the side of the ground to Mithen, and he takes the mark, 46 out. That kick was smothered off hands. It goes towards the boundary line, St Clair virtually threw it. There's Conway with a kick up towards Whitehead, and he marks here for Blues defensively. Out of side of the ground, University side. So Whitehead's got it. He goes long with the kick, centre wing the target. Cossa at the back, backing out the back. Here's Chalkley, brought to ground, no free kick paid there. Lord along the ground, missed it, goes in after it again. Then he goes in after it again. He got it away, a kick up towards half forward, but Ernest takes the mark here for Blacks. Inside defensive 45, he wants to get around Goddard with a kick. Eventually he does, he goes towards the University side of the ground. And Rouse out there takes the mark for the Blacks.
Hasn't called his name too often. One of the guys who's come into this team for this weekend went for Rana. Cherwin got in the way. LaCava cleans up the spoil, gave it to O'Sullivan. He kicks it straight to the corridor. Dangerous kick. Clark was there. Lloyd came crashing in and won the ball down, and then was taken high. So an important moment.
Yeah.
Pardon me, it was Tom O'Brien actually with the spoil, and then the sufferance. He goes towards right half forward to Cherwin. The next kick is inside 45, and in a paddock is Archie Lord. He marks 35 metres out, tucked against the boundary line. Right forward pocket for the Blues. This would be for a 40-point lead and just about start the car territory.
Start the chopper, Petchy.
Oh, yeah. No, it'll be here soon.
I say start the car, but it's neutral venue. They're both just going straight back to the club room. So
yeah, what happens there? Home team.
Get the mic here. Off to the Clyde Hotel with us. But Lord, he's got to kick the goal first. Hasn't kicked one today. Hasn't kicked one all season. He's on approach. He keeps it low. He's kicked it.
Goal!
And they get around Archie Lord.
Do they ever?
It's his first goal as a senior player at VAFA level. And what a time to kick it. 40 points clear go the Blues. 34 plays 74. 6 minutes gone in the final term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. And it appears Hugo Higginbotham just right now, I don't want to go early, but Matt Smith might be a top flight coach in 2026 the way this is shaping up.
Yeah, definitely. They're doing themselves a very good service in that. And you just think back to earlier in the year, the games that they lost by those small margins, a couple of draws. They're playing excellent footy, and what you're noticing around the grounds, they're playing with a lot of feeling. They're getting each other up off the ground. They're cheering on the most innocuous little things. It's exciting.
One quarter has set them up. That 7-goal quarter in that second term has set this win up here for the Blues down at their home deck today against their co-tenant. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll throw it up in the middle again. It's just beyond the centre circle, favouring the Blacks' end. And O'Neill gets it out of there. A handball was okay to Darkus, who got it off to Robertson, who got a short kick here to Loftus. Big man had to bend down, try and pick it up. He couldn't do that. O'Sullivan in over the top, and we'll have a ball up. Centre wing out of side of the ground. 7 minutes played in this final term. It's all University Blues. 11-8-74 to the Blacks on 5-4-34. 40 points the margin. And O'Neill scrapping there with Lay, and the umpire's picked out a free kick, and it's going to go O'Neill's way. Here for the Blacks, attacking to the Royal Parade end in this final term. Scrubby kick off the boot, goes towards the boundary line. Sinclair charged out, couldn't contain the football. Robertson there as well. Rana along the ground, only as far as LaCava. Then Taylor, a kick to centre wing over everybody's head. Out the back there, McCulloch brought to ground. Good tackle laid on him by Rouse.
The
umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Around the grounds, briefly, for Partners Wealth Group, scores still tight at the Harry Trott Oval, 49 apiece between Collegians and the Eldervarians at Camberwell Sports Ground. It's Old Scotch 78 leading St Bernard 64. They're the two close ones as the Blues go back inside 45. Stewart on the bounce on the half volley. I just couldn't hold on to the football. Macking swings a handball, looking for Chalkley. It was an up and under sort of thing. It put him under pressure, and McCulloch comes through, soccers the ball. Townsend eyes the big sticks, goes for home. He doesn't hit it well. He misses to the left-hand side. 11-9-75, plays 5-4-34 for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, 41 points, game high lead still, 8.5 gone in the final term. So they're going to need 7 goals flat, the Blacks, to get back into this game, Simon Petch, and they'll go through Valpede at right half back.
Yes, maybe they just left it all at St Kevin's last week. They really battled their hearts out last week, the Blacks, and maybe that was their peak last Saturday. And they're just fighting it now. Just an uphill battle for the rest of the season. Here's Gray, kick to centre wing, Moorfield out in front, good grab. Really good mark in front. He goes on his left boot towards Sinclair, and he takes the mark. 55 out from goal, down to the Royal Parade end of this final term. Lloyd over the boundary line with a fist. Kills it out of play, and we'll have a ball in.
I feel like the way the game's shaped up with the tackling and pressure and then the intercept, both these teams are good at it, Hugo Higginbotham, for hit IQ, but it feels the Blues have played that brand of game better, especially after quarter time.
Yeah, they have, and I think Conway and who was it, Chalkley, whoever down in the back line there, they've been excellent. Lloyd, sorry about that. They've been really good. If they have a mark, they've got a hand to it.
Thrown back in front of the small grandstand. Clark around the body, high up and under kick. No one can mark that one. Lloyd goes back into Gleeson, who's close to the line, and Flay had a fair piece. Lay had a fair piece of him as he brought him to ground, and
that's Lay's mum.
Gleeson ends up kicking the ball back in.
He does to Curran. O'Shea, who stubbed his toe on the kick in truth, to Loftus, who picked it up to Chalkley. Dow's got a problem with Robinson. He's dispossessed. The Blues have got White jumps around the footy. Great smother on Taylor by Dow. Forced the ball back inside 50. Then applied pressure to Lloyd as he kicked, but it floated into the waiting mitts of Robinson. They can just about do no wrong at the moment, the Blues, especially across that half-back line.
Yeah, they've been good down there, and you can just see now that they've got this idea they're slowing the clock down a little bit, taking some time off.
Shergwin.
Here we go again.
Another one. 2 goals for Darcy. He's got a season high in one game of 44 disposals. I don't know if he's quite going to give that a shake today. It's a dangerous kick to centre half back, but Lloyd takes the mark and then continues to switch. A Koch in the centre of the Uni main, steps to the inside around Chalkley. He was pushed as he kicked. Will it be downfield? I think it was as he kicked, so I think the ball will be called back because it wasn't after the disposal, it was as he kicked.
Okay.
Has the umpire's seen it?
I'll agree to disagree with that one, Patrick, but anyway.
Zoe Koch will get the footy in the centre of the ground. Still at the Harry Trot, we're tied 49 apiece, Collegians and Zavs.
Dangerous. Oh, very good.
Yeah, up to Furphy. So, man on the mark in the centre circles. Furphy keeps the left foot kick low inside 50. Oh. Townsend reaches, couldn't bring it down. Ernest tackled off it. Coming through Loftus, he's collected. It's that man again, Trent Cossar doing the tackling. A stoppage inside 50 here for the University Blues.
So Swanston straight end of the ground. 11 and a half gone, 11.975 Blues, 5.535 the Blacks. Thrown in the air, McCulloch has it, thrown in the deck like a rag doll, got rid of the footy. Here's Townsend, he lost it. A Koch head over the football. Somehow it slipped out here. Now they get a series of handballs. Gleeson for the Blues goes backwards to go forwards.
On the full, no.
Ernest has kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Jeez, you got to feel
free kick going Robertson's way.
You got to feel for him there. Just he was doing everything he could, and it just popped off his toe. Anyway, that's a footy thing.
So Robertson's got it. He'll go along with a kick towards left forward pocket. Up they go. Cossa there couldn't hold on to that one. Charging through McCulloch without the footy. Handball along the ground. Rouse got a kick up towards half back. No one takes the mark. Townsend there. Battling, so's Rana. Rouse again with the footy. Gets a kick only as far as Taylor. And Taylor marks for Blue.
Another entry, 35-75. It's a 40-point lead for the Blues from behind. Oh, big lead. It looked like Grimley, actually. McCulloch's after it. Ground level O'Sullivan, that's a throw. Oh, that's a throw. Wow. I reckon it's McCulloch who's going to be rewarded. And he's going to have a shot at goal directly in front, 25 metres out. For goal number 3 for George McCulloch.
Just the value of a deeper entry to a dangerous spot, and it puts the backs under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they don't have much time, do they? When they've got that ball, all of a sudden they have one look and you're gone.
Yeah, the Blues.
That's about it.
The Blues smaller forwards or the defensive forwards have been excellent today. They put a lot of pressure around the ball. They've actually outnumbered the Blacks at the ball.
Fourth game in the seniors for the Geelong Grammar boy McCulloch, who's a left footer, and he's got 3. He joins James Stewart with 3 goals this afternoon. And I think that's just about it. 35 plays 81. The Blues are going to win this one. They're 46 points clear. Let's go to Raj Johnston. He's on the boundary for us for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Raji?
The temperature's starting to drop and I'm feeling the rain starting to spit down again, Paddy. So I don't think it's going to have any impact on the result, though, but might be a few umbrellas going up around the ground.
Yeah, a few more tarps over our technical equipment up here in the commentary box as well, Raj. So 5-5-35 the Blacks, 12-9-81 the University Blues. It's a 46-point lead. And it looks like it's just about curtains for the Blacks' finals hopes in 2025. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ.
Yeah, it does. The Blues have played really good footy today. They've had that massive quarter and a lot of intent, so you can only play as well as the opposition lets you.
Thrown in the air, Rana got it down. Valpede roved it beautifully. Left foot kick goes towards full forward. Moorfield
Great
has taken the mark. That was a beautiful kick. Rana fisted it down. Valpede, he obviously knew that was the plan. He roved that magnificently.
Yeah.
And the left foot kick here to Moorfield was a ripper. Play of the day from the Blacks, that. Out of the middle. Looking at their 6th goal of the afternoon. Moorfield's got it directly in front. And it kicks the goal. So that's their 6th goal, the Blacks. They go on a 6-5-41, trailing the Blues 12-9-81. Margin 40 points, and Moorfield kicks his 1st goal of the afternoon.
Just the, excellent entry by Valpede there. And you can see the value of throwing him in the middle when you're not winning the clearances. He's such a good, fast player with an excellent shoe. So kick to advantage.
Beautiful.
They look a lot better in their forward line with Moorfield there. He just provides that physicality. Yep. I know Grocot's a great forward player, but if Moorfield's there, it releases Grocott a little bit, and then to take a mark like that, that's excellent.
And he's so competitive, Campbell Moorfield. He's been a class operator for the University Blacks for the last couple of years. His 136th game of senior VAFA footy this afternoon. Just his 45th goal. Usually we see him playing out of the back pocket. We'll have successive stoppages in the middle of the ground. 40 points to lead once more. Floodlights now on at the University, mate. Skies darkening, rain threatening. Rana fists it forward. Clark off the deck, shoes it. Just intercepted by Ryan, though, and O'Sullivan to Gleeson across the half-back line for the Blues. Marty Gleeson has been good today without being outstanding, the skipper, the Woodrow medalist. One of the leading intercept and rebound players in the competition. Dumps it towards us, broadcast side. Townsend on a long lead, a beautifully weighted kick from Gleeson. Kicked it straight into the space that Townsend was running for, and he runs his full measure on the arc. Another one-on-one. Stewart pushes off McKenzie. Maybe the jumper came away. The umpire had no issues, and Robertson wraps up Lord at ground level. And the men in green will come up to resolve tensions here. 55 metres out for the Blues goal. Stewart with 3, McCulloch with 3, Churgan with 2 goals. The multiple goal kickers. Curran's after it, feeds it to the inside. Still no roll. Goddard. Handball was intended for Furphy. Off hands it went to him. Stewart's now got it. Handball's across the half-forward line, straight to Chalkley. He picks it up, goes to Gray to centre-half back, and here go the Blacks through Ernest. He runs his full distance. The handball on the bounce as Clark tracks it down in front of us, broadcast side. Beyond halfway, St Clair. Between wing and half-forward, Grocott leads. He steps inside Cossar to St Clair. He kicks it long. Moorfield's down there with 2 Blues defenders. Moorfield leaps and marks. Directly in front, 15 metres out for his second goal in a row. To cut the margin to 34 points, Hugo Higginbotham from directly in front. He's going to waste no time, the skipper. Rests over the footy and darts it through. Made the goal umpire work, but he's got a couple. And the Blacks have 7. 47 plays 81, 17 gone for Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
Well, that was just an excellent chain of hands from that loose ball at their half-back, and they through the middle of the ground, released to advantage, and that's a good format for them. So speed of ball movement was great, and just once again, Moorfield too strong.
It's the first time, gents, the Blacks have kicked 2 goals in a row since the opening 2 goals of the game.
Oh, there you go. Look, there's still plenty of time on the clock, and you know we can kick goals quickly in the modern game, so it'd be interesting. Clearances are important, and liking the look of Valpede in there, so the Blues would be starting to look over their shoulder at the scoreboard a little bit, you would think.
Let's see what happens here. Rana will go up, and Valpede was there, but Rana ricocheted back to him anyway. Clark there, tried to work it forward. Rana still on hands and knees. He couldn't get to that one. Lord, nearly a throw. He's Chalkley.
Go.
He goes out wide ahead of Grocott, and he marks a long way from home.
50.
Oh.
Wow.
Hello.
So that is going to bring Grocott right up towards goal. He's already kicked 2 for the game so far. This will be number 3.
It wasn't behind the mark, then he ran forward of it.
And the umpire says to him to go back and kick over the mark. Looking at their 3rd goal in succession and their 8th goal of the afternoon at the 18.5-minute mark to peg the margin back. 81 playing 47. Can be 81 playing 53 in just a moment. Grocott looking at his 3rd. Royal Parade into the ground. Left footer into goal and kicked it. So Grocott kicks his 3rd. Blakes kicked their 8th. They go into 8-5-53. Blues on 12-9-81. Margin now to 28 points. And we've gone nearly 19 minutes in this final term.
So the Blacks have been really good with the loose ball around the ground now. And the Blues have got sort of ahead of themselves a little bit in terms of slugging the ball out, not maintaining possession. So... look, there's still plenty of time. I reckon about probably 10 minutes on the clock still.
So. Get down to Raj Johnston on the boundary because it looks like the rain's returned, Raj.
The rain's returned. I'm going to have to take shelter somewhere else, Paddy. It's, the heavens have opened. And
with that, a bit of wind to the left of your radio dial. So it's advantage Blues, but the margin's back to 28 points. That's another clearance for the Blacks. Rana kicks it towards centre-half forward, and Dow didn't pick the ball up cleanly, then gave it to Clark. Another entry. Here comes Campbell. Moorfield! No, off the chest. He couldn't bring it down. St Clair feeds it through. Dow went high on the tackle, I suspect. Some relief for the Blues.
Yes.
Multiple whistles from the umpire. Conway with the free kick. Just about to tick into time on in the final term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. If this is the Blacks' charge, they may have left it a touch late. Conway towards us, broadcast side. Townsend in the wrestle. Clark across the front. Rana went for a fly, couldn't bring down the mark. Clark goes hammer and toe at ground level. Clay it fed through his legs. Grimley picks it up and snaps it forward in one motion. Chalkley over the footy. He's got help from O'Neill. He fires the handball out, taken by Lord, who went diving at the ankles of the Blacks tacklers. And succeeds in getting himself a stoppage in neutral territory, broadcast side.
He wasn't going to stand up there, was he? Straight down to his knees, thrown in the air, Rana out the back, got it to Loftus, who then a kick smothered off O'Sullivan. He threw it over the line, surely. And a free kick going Loftus's way. Here for the Blacks with a late charge here. Loftus has the footy, kick towards half forward. St Clair in front, had it fisted away, fell down to LaCava, who got it back to Lloyd, who goes to the boundary line and Throw it in, says the umpire.
Around the grounds, briefly for Partners Wealth Group, the Zavs lead it by 7 points from Collegian, 63-56, but they're down to 1 on the bench with injuries to Kennedy, to Wanganeen and to Spralia. Old Scotch leads St Bernard's by 22 points at Camberwell Sports Ground. St Kevin's will win over Old Haileybury, you'd suspect, as will Brighton over D-Lar.
Light raining falling now, and again Lord to the boundary line sees it over, and again we'll have another ball in. 81 playing 53, Blues have the lead. It's 28 points. We've gone 21 minutes in this final term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, as on commentary side we'll wait for the ball to be thrown back in. So around 75 metres out from the Blacks' goal, doing all of the attacking in the last 10 minutes. Thrown back in. Rana tried to go out the back, but Cossar chopped that off. Churgman threw himself into that contest and gets the free kick here for the Blues.
Darcy Churgman, who's been supreme, 2 goals and leather poisoning just about for the Big V midfielder this year in his first year with the Blues.
Yeah, he's got the skins.
saw the message there.
Yeah.
Goes long down the line. Rana, 2 hands to it. Whitehead at ground level. Couldn't take the ball. Townsend could. Hacks it inside 45. Here comes James Stewart. Paddles it to his own advantage ahead of McKenzie. He's trying to slap it inboard. McKenzie did well. Flicked it through the legs. Tunnelball style. Whitehead picks it up for the Blues and backs over the boundary line. So just for around the grounds, those scores that I mentioned just previously. St Kevin's and Old Haileybury playing at Keysborough. Old Haileybury's stomping ground today, and it's St Kevin's at the moment, 79-45, leading that one. Old Brighton 108-34 over D-Lar. So the Scobbers and Brighton to continue their premiership charge in 2025 as we're back into play on the 45-metre arc. O'Shea from the restart toes it forward. Shawcliffe feeds it through by hand. Loftus on the outside to Clark. The 2 gun mids for the Blacks. Moorfield's the target down the line. He has to throw a fist at it at Conway, and Nick Conway will take that. Over the boundary line she goes. Attacking side of the wing for the Blacks, 53-81. 23 minutes gone for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. 28 points to the margin. That rain is continuing to fall over from very dark skies, I should say, here in Parkville, Simon Petch.
So about to be thrown back in. Centre wing. 28 points to the margin. 23 minutes gone in this final term. And the Blacks have the lead. Blues have the lead. And we'll have the ball thrown back in. Rana front berth. Goes towards the boundary line. Clark there. Kick around the body. Who's home? No one. Gleeson marks here for the Blues, just outside the defensive 45-metre arc. And he'll look to stay commentary side. He'll kick straight up towards us. Right in front of us. Rana to set himself. In front, Clay, though. He came in and took the mark here for the Blacks. So good wet weather footy here displayed by the players out there. Clay goes with a kick up towards half forward. Gleeson double-fisted punch. O'Neill roved it well. He goes towards Moorfield at full forward. High up and under. St Clair nearly marked it. He brought it to ground. Valpede to Grocott, who then went to ground. LaCava there and Conway came back out to Ernest. Ernest into goal. He's missed it. He's just missed to the right. And a minor score there to the Blacks, taking them on to 8-7-55. Wow. The Blues on 12-9-81, or has that score changed? No, it's changed. So 54-81, 24 and a half gone in this final term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
Just that double fister from Gleeson there before. There's probably no communication around that. Could have been a chest mark. He was on his own.
Yeah, they're fighting for the buzzer at the moment, the Blues.
Yes, they're looking for it.
They've got the final siren in their sights. 25 gone now. 27-point leaders across the face of goal to Gleeson. Churgman will go, and he'll continue to switch to Ryan out there in the right back pocket. And along the boundary line, even further, Goddard. So the Blues just trying to kill some clock here. The Blacks have come charging with the last 3 goals of the game, but they were too far back, you'd suspect, from 46 points down. Long kick down the line. Macking got it. Came from a few deep, takes the mark. Loftus is in the middle of the ground screaming for it. Macking decides against that. He goes back down the University's wing side. It was fisted away from Chalkley into Goddard. And the Blues get possession through Whitehead. And every time they get at the Uni Blues, they just back off the mark. They point down the line. They direct traffic. They take away 5 to 10 seconds. Whitehead towards the 45-metre arc. He goes macking again. They all bowled each other over. McKenzie took it on his chest and then went for Palmer in the corridor. Spoiled away from him by Lord, who comes charging and bustling through. Feeds it to Stewart. On the left, his kick was smothered. They called a play on. McKenzie's there at the top of the square for the Blacks, fighting desperately. Numbers behind the footy for the University Blacks. Gray's got it and feeds it towards Loftus, commentary side.
So about 5 minutes to go. Justin Quill, the runner there for the Blues, just letting the players know it's around about 5 minutes left in this game. And Rana's got it. He's been a tower of strength today for the Blacks. They go forward again to centre wing. O'Neill over the top. He fisted it down. It came out here towards Palmer, who sees it over the line and will have a ball as the rain really starts to fall and tumble in on us.
Oh dear.
It's flogging down there, Nick.
Glad you two brought your scarves.
Yeah, we're not silly.
So kick by Blues, they go back virtually whence it started before, and McCulloch sees it over and will have a ball in.
You just feel that rain's coming in at a couple of crucial times for the Blues, just to take the fast play out for the Blacks.
Yeah.
So McCulloch with the footy took the mark, or it was paid a free kick, goes inside 45. Grimley, no, slipped off his fingertips. And it's picked up by Clay. His kick went straight to O'Shea, who had to go and marked it as he collided with Darkus, who looks a little bit sore on the mark. O'Shea is 55 metres out, going back of his mark. And the umpire's not buying it. Calls it to play on, goes to O'Sullivan instead. And again, just taking seconds off the clock. Blacks too far back, but the Blues making a sure thing of it. Here goes O'Sullivan, dumps it inside 50. Who's the flyer? Macking comes across the front. Spoil went into the hands of Curran, who eyes the big sticks on the outside of the boot. The kick won't have the required travel. Clay trying to claim the mark. Again, the umpire calls them to play, and eventually it's all tied up beneath bodies. It'll be thrown up left forward pocket. 12 metres out, 54 plays 81. It's going to be the Blues here. 27.5 gone for the Bendigo Bank private banking. Up in the air, Rana down to Clay. Just got it loose of one tackle. O'Sullivan of the Blues happy to force it over the boundary line and out. It'll be thrown in 20 metres out as that rain really blows in. It's got rather nasty in this last 5 minutes of footy, Simon Petch. So let's hope all the kit can remain good enough for us to call the action here as the Blues just finish this one off nicely.
Yeah, just a bit of mizzle really, but it's blowing in on us, which is disappointing. Here's Runner again now. Stewart grabs it. Flatlit. Ground now. O'Shea, kick around the body. Going up there was Gray. Couldn't hold on to that one and seeing it over Curran. So down at the Swanston Street end, in the left forward pocket, the end in which the Blues attack in this final term. 28.5 gone in it, and they lead 12-9-81 to the Blacks on 8-6-54 as we... Who's that mug in the background? Townsend there. Along the ground here, Chalkley tried to get it out. Now it came out into Gleeson. Left foot kick around the body. That's a good kick towards the top of the square, but it's over the line out of play. Through for a minor score, taking the Blues on to 12-9-82. Blacks on 8-6-54. 29 gone in this final term.
Grocott.
Johnny, it's you.
Through left half back. Petchy makes friends, or meets friends everywhere he goes. O'Shea takes it intercepted, grab across centre half forward, sends it to Gleeson.
Yeah, I know what he means. I'm not going to answer it either.
Bit of off-air behaviour on air. There's Gleeson to O'Sullivan into the pocket. Here comes James Stewart. Oh, he couldn't quite mark. He was surely pushed.
He was, yeah.
So he'll have a shot, and this would delight the crowd that's massed behind us here in the pavilion. If James Stewart can go back and kick goal number 4 from the left forward pocket.
Take a good kick from there.
It was.
Yeah, well, with the ball now, obviously. But he's a beautiful kick.
Bit of unsure footing out there as well. It's a bit Petchy, don't look away, mate.
So he's going to go around the body, 40 metres out, in the left forward pocket on the right boot. Stewart runs the arc, bends it across himself, he hits the stick.
It's not worth it.
No, not at all.
It's not worth it at all.
8-6.
Even for theatre, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I was going to say, about the theatre day, and that's about it.
It's a behind for James Stewart, but it's going to be a great day for the Blues as this ball goes up the guts.
Yeah, take it away, Paddy.
No worries. You stay warm. Here's Lloyd.
No, I haven't.
83-54, the score
Stewart
here.
Again. Oh.
Back inside 50. Stewart has another crack. Grimley, Valpine. Oh, he's gone. Townsend's got him.
Oh, jeez. That was a red-hot tackle.
Ben Townsend with the shot at goal. Simon Petch, I think sometimes you have to bend to the people's wishes.
Yeah, we'll just wave and we'll call it now.
Is that him? Is that your fan?
2 years ago.
I've actually got that audio we can play out. So it's going to be the Blues.
It'll never leave, that one. It will never disappoint either, that one.
12-11-83 as it stands. Ben Townsend for their 13th. No, he's missed to the right-hand side. So 12-12-84, the University Blues defeat the University Blacks 8-6-54 by 5 goals straight, by 30 points in the University Derby. And with the top 2 ahead, that's a crucial win in the run home as they try and avoid relegation in 2025. But it looks like Matt Smith's men have done enough with a big win over their arch rival here at neutral territory in Parkville. 84-54, the goal kickers. 3 to James Stewart, 3 to George McCulloch, 2 for Darcy Chergwin, our Skins player of the day. He'll catch up with Raj Johnston in just a few minutes' time. Lord, Grimley, Curran and Costa, the single goal kickers for the Blues. For the Blacks, 3 for Matty Grocott, 2 for Campbell Moorfield, singles for Cassidy, who was out injured with a left leg injury, so all the best for him. Also singles for Loftus and St Clair. 84-54, 12-12-86. It's the Blues with win number 6 of 2025, and what a critical win that might prove to be, with games against the top 2 to come in the last fortnight of the William Buck Premier Men's season. We'll go around the grounds in just a few moments' time, but before Raj Johnston manages to get Darcy Chergwin with a mic in his face, we'll catch up with Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ and what he made of the Blues' 6th win of 2025, and a critical one at that.
Look, that was an excellent win, and they played some great footy. Standout quarter was that second quarter where I think they kicked 7 goals, and they had that momentum. But their pressure around the ball was excellent, although they took away the time and space of the Blacks. And you'd have to say they won the battle of the half-back intercepting mark competition. Their backs were excellent down there today. But look, you look at the games that they've lost this year and the draws and the close ones. It was, there was always there.
Our Skins player of the day wins a pair of cutting-edge Skins compression tights. Thanks to Skins, the pioneers of compression, and with 2 goals, and one of them being a torpedo from 60, it can only be one man, Darcy Chergwin, our player of the day today. Raj Johnston is beside him.
Well done, Darcy, player of the day. I think we're all still trying to come to terms with that barrel. That was just incredible. But you must be so pleased for the team, with a lot on the line, with where you are on the ladder. It must mean a lot to win today.
Yeah, exactly. We had a pretty poor performance against the Blacks earlier in the year, and we'll really set out to have a really big game here. And we've been in some pretty good form, and we've been down the bottom of the ladder most of the year, and we don't think that reflects where we are. So today was a great performance, probably our best of the year. So we're right with that.
Darcy, Paddy Grindlay here from the VAFA call team. We'll be quick so you can sing the song, mate. You've had a super year at VAFA Top Flight this year after coming across and up the freeway. How have you found the level?
Oh, it's a bloody good comp, so even, any day, anyone can beat anyone. So, and that's where we really go in confident. We know we can beat anyone in the comp, but probably goes the other way as well. So, it's a great comp, Paddy, really even. So, but loving it. It's a great team, the Blues as well.
So, Darcy, Hugo here, mate. Now, you and I are going to share something forever now, because I was going off my head when you kicked that barrel. So every time you look that up, the moron screaming on the call, that's me. So it was an amazing kick. And why did you go? You knew you had it in you and executed it beautifully.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Quilly came out, and Quilly, our runner, he just came out and said, there's about 10 seconds to go. And so that's the only reason I took the shot, and the siren never went. So, flushed it, and the boys are pretty happy with it. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Hugo.
Loved it, mate. Loved it.
Good man.
Darcy, enjoy the fines for being on Media Street, mate. Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate it, lads. Thank you.
Darcy Chergwin, our Skins player of the day, has won himself a pair of cutting-edge Skins compression tights, all thanks to Skins, the pioneers of compression. And I reckon he's going to be about $35 in the pocket lighter after that extended conversation. We'll follow the Uni Blues into their rooms as they sing the song beneath us in the pavilion. I'm very interested in what kind of song the Blues have. I don't think I've heard them sing it on the SEN Match of the Day in quite a little while. There's some rhythmically challenged theme songs in VAFA Top Flight, so we'll see how this one goes.
Being a uni team, it's going to be a match-up of some wannabe intellectuals.
Strange time signatures.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Nothing that we will be able to understand.
No.
Let me tell you right now.
Did you go to uni, Petch?
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you study?
I can't remember now.
Horse management.
That's a good aid for the university.
12-12-84.
No idea.
The Uni Blues, 8-6-54, the University Blacks. 30-point win for the Uni Blues, and they're pretty happy about that.
the Navy boys.
So that was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's got nothing on the St Kevin's song, I think, the University Blues.
Just that interesting little university twist at the end.
Yeah.
Very good. And apologies for some of the language, as always. It tends to filter through with those happy boys in their change rooms. So into our post-match show now, gentlemen. We've got a bit to get through for Partners Wealth Group, one of Australia's leading providers of financial planning and wealth services for individuals, families, business owners and professionals. The PWG team of diverse and highly specialised experts work closely with your accountant or other trusted advisors to form a comprehensive wealth strategy, and you can contact Uniblack's President Pat Barry for more information on what Partners Wealth can do for you. We'll hear from Matt Smith, the winning coach, the coach of the University Blues. I think the first time we've spoken to him, Hugo, after a victory in season 2025, and he'll be very happy to hear about some of the results that have happened around the competition, which we'll get to in just a moment's time. But before we do that, our goal and mark of the day. Our mark of the day is for the Clyde Hotel, the spiritual home pub of the Uni Blacks that has been serving the local community since the 1860s. A few options here to pick from. Hugo Higginbotham away macking, very good early. Trent Cossa out on the university side. Simon Petch, you have the call.
Yes, both mark and goal of the day to go to Cossa from my vantage point. There's no doubt about it. But I will take in the learned gentleman on my right. What he decides, I will
learned
go
gentleman.
with.
Something about being near the university.
Learned gentleman. Yeah.
Goodness me.
No, I think you might be on the money there. I thought
You reckon?
Amazing. Yeah,
You
I
reckon?
do. Yeah, there was some really good.
You're going
there
to
was-
concede here.
Yeah, only because my notes got wet, and the ones I wrote down I can't remember. But that was very memorable goal there. But,
You've thrown Hugo.
Yeah, you have actually. I'm trying to think.
Anyway, that's what I came up with.
Well,
I'm
we
very-
might.
You're going to back for Darcy, I reckon.
Well, I was just thinking what we could do here is we'll have they can split it because it is they can
No,
Monday to Wednesday the trophy can be at Cossa's place, and then they have a handover. Yeah, they do train at the same ground. So,
There you go.
Yeah, but
There you go.
that is one of the most amazing things I've seen, that barrel, and it was
Oh,
perfectly executed.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting point of the game there as well. That just got them up and about. And
Well, that was their 7th goal for the quarter.
Yep.
You know, so yes, it had a fair bit on it going into the break, as well as seeing someone do that.
Yeah.
It just ignites the whole side.
And when it's your leader as well.
Yeah.
So
and
it's-
look, Paddy sort of said during the call he may not have got near 40. I reckon he did because that first quarter of his, he was in everything.
Yeah.
It was, the game just needed to open up, and away he went. He's a classy act, Jurgen.
He gets in the right spot all the time too.
Yeah,
He's that release player.
Yes.
But also he's in amongst the clearances as well. So he's got
Yes.
that inside-outside game that Paddy.
Yep.
So he's an innie with an outie.
Yes. And it works.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah. No, but he's
And it works.
very important player. And look, they've got a very good side. When you look at the talent they've got in it as well, and for him to be one of the better players, he's an excellent player. And
Well, he showed those signs in that representative
Yes.
game. He was very good for Victoria that day.
Yeah, he was, Darcy Churgwin. So he comes to the VAFA out of St Mary's and the Sandy Dragons. He actually represented Vic Country as an under-18s player who was unlucky not to be drafted in 2019. He broke his leg in a training accident, which influenced that year. So then he returned to St Mary's and he was clocking up some great numbers for them in the Barwon League for a couple of years before heading up the freeway to becoming University Blue. And, geez, they've loved him this year. He averages 30.5 disposals, 15.5 contested possessions and 8 clearances, and he can kick goals from 65. 2 goals today. He was superb, Simon Petch.
And just one more thing, and I know we touched on it during the course of the game. That was very well umpired.
Oh, it was excellent.
Extremely well umpired. I know we don't make mention of the umpires at the end of a game, but whoever those umpires were, excellent.
Yeah.
And coming into finals, which have come out, thinking, they really have to review that game and say, this is the sort of game we want in, because that's a finals-like game today with so much on the line.
Yep.
And, the crowd were enjoying it.
Yes.
If there was something blatant, it was called.
No, that's right.
But they let it play on a little bit too.
Yes. And that's what you've got to just let the boys play.
Because what that highlights is if you do let it play, generally it'll spill out.
It'll sort itself out.
You get some open play again.
Correct.
So,
very well umpired, whoever they were.
So 12-12-84, the University Blues, 8-6-54, the Blacks, and the goal kickers, if you missed it at the finish, Stewart and McCulloch with 3 apiece for the Blues, Churgan with 2, Grimley, Curran, Lord and Cossar, the single goal kickers for the Blacks, Grocott with 3, Moorfield with 2, Cassidy, Loftus and St Clair, the single goal kickers. Now we look towards the back end of the year for the Blues. We came into this game, Hugo Higginbotham very concerned with the Autosport Victoria ladder. With this win, the University Blues have made life a little bit easier for them in the run home, which we'll break it down now as we take a look across top flight and have a go at the Partners Wealth Group around the grounds for round 16. Final scores, all of these. So Camberwell Sports Ground first. Old Scotch 87, 12-15-87, defeating St Bernard's 9-11-65, a 22-point win for the Cards, which should usher them to safety as far as the relegation race is concerned. They weren't quite in it, but they were in danger should certain results go against them. While they didn't win games, but they've won one today, and they should be safe for 2025. Old Zavarians 9-10-64, holding on with one on the bench over Collegians 9-8-62. So the Lions go down by 2 points at home to the Old Zavs, who lost Alex Spralia, Tex Wanganeen and also Josh Kennedy in that game of footy. They finished with 1 on the bench, the Zavs, but they win it by 2 points. Much more straightforward, though, for Old Brighton, who they will likely meet in the first week of finals. 16-12, 108, getting it done over De La Salle, 6-6-42 in East Malvern. For St Kevin's at Keysborough, Haileybury College, 11-15, 81 to 7-9-51 over Old Haileybury. And, of course, as we mentioned, 84-54 here at the University Oval. We'll just flick over the page to the Autosport Victoria ladder then, and it's still a 2-horse race for the minor premiership. Old Brighton on 56 points from Old Zavarians on 52. 2 games back to St Kevin's in third on 44 points. 2 games back to Old Haileybury in fourth on 36 points. But crucially for Daniel Ward's Bloods, despite the loss today, because the Blacks have also lost, they are still a game and percentage clear inside the top 4. So unless they really fall over the Bloods, they should be playing finals footy in 2026 in top flight after winning the Premier B Premiership. You go down to 5th for the Blacks on 32 points, 6th for Old Scotch on 28, and then the relegation race, the University Blues also on 28, Collegians on 22, St Bernard's on 22, separated by some 18%. So Collegians currently on percentage out of the drop zone. Hugo, it does feel now with the Blues and Scotch 6 points clear of the bottom 2 positions that they should be able to stay clear, and it will be one of Collegians or St Bernard's down in Premier B in 2025. We'll go through the run homes for those squads in just a second's time, as well as analysis of the Blacks and Blues. But for now, let's catch up with the winning coach today, Matt Smith, the coach of the University Blues. And Matty, I feel like we've spoken to you in context of close games that you've lost and heartbreakers and relegation, but that second term, mate, electric footy, you get control of the game and then you're able to ride it out through the poor conditions. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to get one. Sorry.
There you are.
Nice to get one where we can probably enjoy that last quarter a little bit more as well. But, that second quarter obviously was a massive one for us in terms of the whole context of the game. But even though the scoreboard wasn't in our favour, I feel like we controlled a lot of that first quarter, and that hunt and everything that we bought from the start of the game really set the tone early.
Darcy Churgan was our best on ground. He's just had a super year for you guys through the midfield, but I didn't know he had that in the kit bag, the 12 from 65, and then he did some media street, so he'll be lighter in the pocket no matter what. But he's just been superb for you guys this year. It really felt to me that this has capped off a really great year.
Yeah. It's certainly, and I think for him the growth has been the leadership that he's been able to. He's sort of come out of his shell a little bit and helping the other midfielders around him as well. So he's been able to get outside that bubble, and obviously he gets rewarded with a bit more easy ball when we're able to help him out in there. But I mean I didn't even know he was kicking it until it literally came off his boot. It didn't look like it was, and he launched it. So, but yeah, it's nice to get that reward for him as well. But he's been excellent for us all year and just been a workhorse for us inside.
So, good to finally get you up here for one of these as well. It's great. But I thought, the pressure around the ball was excellent. But one of the key things I thought was Conway and Lloyd down back today. We always expect Gleeson to be really good down there, but they were sensational. If they didn't mark the ball, they brought it to ground and didn't get outmarked. So they were key for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they've been very good all year. I still genuinely believe our back six is one of the best in the competition, and if we can put enough pressure on the ball up the ground and we give them a chance with long down the line, that they're going to get the job done for us most of the time. So, again, they were excellent, but I think it came off just not giving that the access to Valpert and those sort of boys off the back, and even Ernest on the wing. We took that away from them, which then allowed those backs to do what they do best, and they were excellent again today.
So also another thing that so we called one of yours early, and then we've watched the progress during the year. You must be really proud of the group, and you've got to be proud of yourself too, the way that the game has evolved and the group's grown as well. Because coming in, first year coach, you've got an idea of the way you want them to play, but it's got to gel with everyone. And you know the proof's in the pudding now. A performance like this against a really good side, it's you must be really happy.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's what I just said downstairs. Is it's pleasing to get the results and the reward for it, and they're sticking to it. But it's also the way that they're going about it is repeatable as well. It's not built off chaos or anything like that. The structures that they're playing to and the roles that they're playing are all repeatable week in, week out now, and they're starting to genuinely believe that as well. So I think each role out on the ground, they won today. Every position they were on top. So it's just a belief in the role and the process that can get the results now.
This is our post-match show, thanks to Partners Wealth Group. Sorry, Hugo. Matty, have you had a chance to look around the competition and see what results have fallen your way?
When we're up a little bit, it's hard not to look at results and see where they'll go. So, yeah, we've got a bit of an idea of that most of them, I think, went our way.
Correct. So you're now 6 points clear of the relegation zone with a few games to play. And then for your last two games of the season, you come up against Old Zaverians away and Old Brighton at this venue. So critical game to win today. Did you impress that message on your group maybe at halftime?
Yeah, it was more just not undoing the work that we'd done in the first half, and the position that we got ourselves into in that first half just allowed it to go out and play with a little bit more freedom. And we've done it in the past where we've been up at half-time and we've let leads slip, especially earlier in the year. So just to put it on the group to not take the foot off the pedal and to really drive that home and finish off the way that we wanted to finish off. So
obviously coming out of the coaching ranks, it's very hard as a coach to have that battle about the ultimate result, but the process, because the process takes care of the result. There's no point focusing on the result. You've got to focus on the process. So have you developed that as you've gone along this year?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got fixated a little bit on the results and not quite going our way, especially early in the year. And then when you start dropping games, you start to say, well, if we want to play finals, we have to win, and you're still result focused. And then when it turns to relegation, it's still result focused. But I think for us, it's taking away. It was just saying, well, the results are going to go either way. We can't control that. All we can control is the process and how we go about it. And I think that just released a little bit of pressure for the playing group to go out and actually execute their roles and just be really clear with what they were doing as individuals as well. And then as a collective, that started to. The results have gone our way, but it looks enjoyable as well because it's a clearer mindset about how we want to go about it too. Yeah, excellent. What is enjoyable is match of the round next week is Zavs Blues at Toorak Park. Now, we called Zavs Blues earlier in the year, and that was one of those close losses. So you must be licking your lips at this contest next week. Well, we got nothing to lose. Yeah. We go into it. I mean, win, lose, draw. It doesn't at the moment necessarily impact us too much anymore. So we just go out and play with absolute freedom. We'll just throw everything we've got at them. We're buoyed by the result earlier in the year with how that went. That was a winnable game, and that was just one that we let slip late. But it's exciting to be able to. And obviously, their new facilities. We're keen to get down there and enjoy that as well.
So are we.
The commentary
behind the glass.
It's slightly better than this. It's not exactly weatherproof here. So
flavour to it. That's going to be a massive game of footy. It'll be a different Zavs side as well. They finished that game with one on the bench with a few injuries. There's a few absent midfielders, so very much looking forward to that one. And you can tune in on vafa.com.au and sen.com.au and the SEN app this time next week. Matt Smith, congratulations on the victory and hoping it shakes out for you as this year continues on. I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, boys. Thanks.
Matt Smith, the coach of the University Blues, after a 30-point victory over the Blacks in the Battle of Parkville, the University Derby, 12-12-80 the Blues, 8-6-50 the Blacks. Raj Johnston, you've done a supreme job for us on the boundary today. Take me through your view of the game.
Oh, it was a good one, Paddy. You know, that first quarter, a bit of a slow one, but the boys really hit it off in the second quarter and took the game from there. Couldn't fault them too much. But no, for me on the boundary, the umbrella was going up and down at various points throughout the day. I think what happens is when the rain goes on, the mud along the commentary gets worse.
Correct.
So lots of dodgy of the mud when I was going out for interviews, but And we got there unscathed.
And I think you got your breeze a little bit short, I reckon, in the second
Just a little
term.
bit. Just a little bit.
Performance review, that's something to work on during the week? No, it's all right.
I'll have a reflection on it.
Correct. So, the race out of ninth, it seems to be a two-horse one right now with the Scotchies and the Blues, both on 28 points, 6 points up the road from Collegians and St Bernard's, both on 22 points. Currently, St Bernard's, with 18 percentage points fewer than Collegians, I suppose, as that one shakes out, are in ninth position. The run home for these teams. So we'll start with Collegians. Old Brighton away, De La Salle at home. You'd think they'd be able to beat De La because they haven't won a game all year. However, the last thing Nick Highland and De La want to do is head down to Premier B without a win in top flight. So if round 18 comes around, De La play Collegians, and they haven't won a game, watch out for De La because I really think they'll be up for that one desperately. Hugo, you're shaking your head.
I was just getting a bit of rain off the forehead.
So that's how it shakes out for Collegians. St Bernard's a fair bit trickier. Old Haileybury at home and then St Kevin's at home. So they don't leave the snake pit, which is a positive, but they play two very handy teams, third and fourth on the ladder. So it's looking tricky for Steve Alessio to get out of ninth.
Yeah, it is, and they haven't won too many games there at home for this season, so it's very tough. It's a back against the wall sort of scenario, and look, their future's in their hands to a certain extent, but they're going to be hard games to win those.
Other end of the ladder, so it looks like Old Brighton, Old Zaverian, St Kevin's all through. The battle is still open for fourth spot. Old Haileybury a game ahead of the Blacks and percentage, so would need to drop one the Bloods and then probably drop another one for the University Blacks to be able to jump over the top. So Old Haileybury, they play St Bernard's away and Old Scotch at home to finish. The Blacks play Old Scotch at home and the Old Zaverians away. It does feel pretty tricky now for the Bloods to miss out in top four footy.
Yeah, it does, especially with the result today, because don't forget it's a loss for the Blacks, but also that's worsening their percentage problem.
Yep.
So it's not looking good. But can't say we haven't had opportunities as well. Petch was probably right, thinking back to that one last week. That was one that was it's probably disappointing for them to drop and then drop this one as well. You don't want to lose two in a row going towards the finals campaign, which I think they may struggle to.
Yeah, but they would need, considering the percentage gap, they would need to win both their games on the way home, the Blacks, and then hope Haileybury drop both games as well. I just don't think that's likely to happen. So it does appear that we probably have our top four locked in. The Tunners, the Zavs, the Scobbers and the Bloods, who after coming up from Premier B with the flag will play in finals footy, or we expect so in 2025, which Petchy is a great achievement for Daniel Wood.
Absolutely. Terrific achievement by Haileybury. But the way that I'm thinking is that after last year's heartbreak for Brighton, and we were talking about them as flag favourites at this time last year, I just have a feeling there's a little bit more fire in the belly this year than what there probably was last year. And I certainly firmly believe that they are the ones to beat. I think they're the ones that have got to prove something, and I think they'll do it.
Well, also too, they've gone through a final series already. They went through that last year. So they've got that experience. They've got that heartbreak. And that generally drives. There's an amazing stat about the amount of teams who have lost ones. It's a stupid saying, but you've got to lose one to win one. When I was coaching, we finished on top of the ladder, bombed out in straight sets, then won two in a row. And you could just see the experience of the players. And it's finals are a different beast. You talk about pressure. Like that was a finals-like game today with the pressure around the ball. Well, you times that by 5 in the final.
Absolutely, but I just think that fire in that belly this year for them may be enough to get them over the line this year.
Yeah, the question I have about, I think that all the top three teams is injuries, because we started to see some of the better players in the VAFA go down. I think at the Tunners, Sam Flockhart with his knee, Max Benier with his knee, but they're going to get some guys back. Felix Flockhart back from an overseas trip, Luca McNabb, Campbell Tweedy as well. So they're going to start finding these really good VAFA players, guys who could be playing VFL.
Will they be hardened enough at this time of the year to actually take it on, though?
Yep.
They've been away. They've been out of the game.
Campbell Lane went away, kept himself fit, and then came straight back in and played a Big V game and was excellent. So he's important for the Zavs, because we know that Sam Fisher's done for the year, and they had 3 guys go down today as well, the old Zavs. So, the injury part of things and how these clubs come together in the next 2 weeks, remembering they have a week off before the finals start, will be the big question for me.
Yeah, it is. Finals, the intensity in finals, it's a different beast as well. But you need that match fitness, and you need to be because the ball's in
You'll
around
get
that
found
much.
out.
Yeah, you do. You know, if you haven't got the right amount of touch, and if you're a bit banged up, you get found out in finals.
And the opposition will know it.
Well, of course.
And then your day's over.
Yeah, because, everyone watches each other. They've got all the footage and, nobody keeps a secret anymore. There's no such thing. If someone's got an injury, even a moron like me would find out about it.
Oh, it's all happening, and we'll break it all down for you on the For the Love of the Game podcast, which will drop this Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. Jason Bennett, myself and Matthew Donald will break it all down for you over that 90-minute time where we just basically talk VAFA. It's the best part of the week aside from these broadcasts. Hugo.
Yes, I never miss it.
The VAFA William Buck SEN Match of the Day live every Saturday afternoon on vafa.com.au and the SEN app. We will be tuning back in with the University Blues and the Old Zavarians from Toorak Park next weekend. Hugo, thank you for your company for Hit IQ. A fantastic job as always.
Thank you, Paddy and Buttons and Petchy and Raj.
Well done there. Here you go. You got the order.
Got the pecking order. Got the pecking order correct.
Raj Johnston's our boundary rider for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, and he might have hypothermia on the way home. Congratulations, Raj. Another great performance from you.
Thank you, Paddy. And, as a student of this university, with the amount of tuition fees I'm paying, I'm going to have a word to them, and we need to get some more shelter here for you guys on days like today, don't we?
We'll speak to our man Buttons about that one. I think we just stayed on air. Simon Petch, your helicopter's not here yet, but it will be shortly.
No, it's on its way. I just got the call, and thank you to Paddy and Hugo and Raj and Buttons, of course, for keeping us going today.
The pecking order's changed.
Oh, yeah, well, it'll change now that you've enlightened me to that. You've enlightened me.
We've had a lot of fun calling the University Derby, just in case you couldn't tell. It was the Blues, 12-12-84, defeating the Blacks, 8-6-54. We'll see you again next week.
This has been the SEN Match of the Day. Thanks to William Buck. Join us again next week on the SEN app, sen.com.au and vafa.com.au.
Tickets are now on sale for one of the signature events on the VAFA calendar, the 2025 William Buck VAFA Finals Luncheon, held on Friday, September 5 at Zinc Fed Square. Join us as we celebrate the road to the VAFA and AFL Finals with 5-time Premiership player Dermot Brereton and 2-time Brownlow medalist Greg Diesel Williams. Secure your tickets today at vafa.com.au.